Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Soul Citizen Shenanigans Night. Admiral, you there? Are you
Yes, I
first?
am.
You said you were first. Okay, you
I'm
are
the
first.
first.
Okay. How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good yourself.
Good. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I finished up the afternoon show. I got a chance to watch Paul's show this evening, which was entertaining to watch as usual and informative. And now I'm gonna. I actually thought I was gonna get in the game earlier today, but I got too busy. I never got a chance to. So I'm going over to see DrakeCon for the first time because I have not gone.
At least it's easy to get to. It's in the, is it at
Yeah,
the,
we don't have to do all the traveling this time, right?
mm,
Yep, right over there at Rikers Spaceport. So we are going to get ready to jump in. Let me ask you before we get started, and I don't know if you just want to sit in the background or whether you're going to join me in game. Um, what
I can jump
what
in.
do you? Well, I don't know. I mean, it's up entirely up to you. You don't have to because you could just sit and watch and chat. It's no big deal. Um, what? It, how can I say this? This year, Invictus, we talked about this a couple days ago. Invictus really didn't do a lot of big on well, it didn't do a lot about ship sales per se. I didn't feel it was so much about it like it's been in the past. Um, Two of the vehicles were things that we didn't know was coming per se, and one we knew about. Right, we knew the Lynx was in development, but the Mirai and the Storm were both kind of unexpected. What you got any thoughts about those two in particular?
Um, I mean, certainly, I mean, Victus is always, of course, if people don't know, is the military, um, what is it, recruitment drive?
Yeah,
I
it's
did
kind of
notice,
like their manufacturer was highlighting recruitment drive here for the UE Navy. Yeah.
yeah, like I saw like one or two recruiting stations at the event this
Mm-hmm.
time. And I think I didn't see them as like last. Yeah,
Mm.
I know people are kind of confused, like, oh, this is their showcase to this. Like, no, it's not actually that. In lore, it's actually like when all the 18-year-olds throughout the entire, UEE are supposed to like join up and to see if they want to join the military, and then we look at the ships and we can buy the ships because we're all super wealthy and that
Mm.
we're the only ones that can do it. Regarding
Mm.
the ships, I bought both, um, because I don't know. Yeah, I go back and I'm like, am I gonna keep the Fury? I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I just the Tie Fighter aspect just is like so cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it's if it depending on like this, I guess how fast the fuel goes on it,
Mm-hmm.
really is going to come down to figure out. Because I was flying around you guys like the other night when you saw me asking like who's that flying, and I was just kind of watching the fuel gauge and I was like, this thing is, I mean, it should last a while. You really like one of the examples I made earlier was it should be like a reactionary or a scout thing where it just kind of revolves around a base and checks things out, but it should be able to stay up for a while, and then
Mm-hmm.
if it is up for a while to be able to fight something if it needs to, and if it just can't have like its fuel going out.
Yeah,
Regarding the other
they're
one,
doing an increase on it, right?
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are going to do an increase on it. And again, everything has to get tweaked. And I always try to tell people that when we get ships, even now in game, that they're and CIG has said this, nothing's balanced in the game. So a
Right.
lot of times when people get something, they may say, like, remember when the 890 came out, you just lose almost all your hydrogen just getting out of atmosphere, you know. And it's like, okay, guys, obviously that's not practical in the game, and CIG is going to adjust it. But they did announce that they are going to increase the fuel. In fact, they may have done it on the PTU version that's out now.
Well, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding the other one, the storm, I just think it's a really cool,
Mm.
scout. Anything with armor, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I because it's not in game yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like completely all over that stuff.
Mm. Okay.
Even though I'm not in a PMC, I'm not looking for a PMC org. I just like being able to say if I'm in a heavy industry org,
Mm-hmm.
then I think you should have the elements to protect your company. And
Yeah.
it's not a really safe environment space, and you should be able to do it in the best way you can.
Mm.
Which is why I didn't buy the C2. I bought the M2. I'm
Okay.
not, that's because it has armor.
Okay.
So that's the way I look at things.
Okay. That makes sense. Very cool. Very cool. By the way, guys, when we do these Saturday shenanigans, this is not just for us. It's for you guys to join in with us. If you guys want to play, if you want to get into Star Citizen with us, all you have to do is jump into the game. Let me know what your handle is, and I'll bring you into as a friend, and you can join us. Or if you just want to come and hang out with us in Discord and talk to us about the game, you can join Admiral Kusanagi and myself, and it is open to you. There's a link there that pops up. In fact, yeah, there's a link there to our Discord. So Admiral's there. He's probably got his eye on it. I have got to put my eye on it so I can see when people want to come in. But yeah, you are more than welcome to join us in game. This is supposed to be our way of connecting with the Star Citizen community. And so, yeah, we're happy to have you. I see Chew is up there. Let me see if I can bring him down. Chew, are you there? He's got his mic off right now, so I'll see whether or not he wants to come hang out with him. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, so hopefully he'll join us. But yeah, you guys are more than welcome to join us in game. Today, what we're going to do is take a walk on the wild side and go over to Drake Con, and we're going to see what's going on over there. Jake didn't put out anything new. Admiral, there was some rumors or some hopes that CIG was going to drop something with Drake, and I've been told that there is a certain space there that's empty. And so I want us to go over and take a look at that and see what it is. And I heard it's a big space. So maybe it's a fluke, maybe it's just a fluke that it's there. But usually CIG closes off certain areas when they're not using areas. So maybe when we go over there, we'll see if we see it over there. I don't know. Bonsai. Hey, Bonsai. Good to see you, man. You know what?
Drake just today?
Today and tomorrow. For the weekend. They've got 2 days. Yeah. Bonsai, for some reason, maybe my game is glitching out because it doesn't have you as online. I've got you as a friend, but it does not have you as online. So
I'm in menu right now.
You're in menu? Okay, you're in menu. Oh no, Bonsai is in menu. What am I talking about? Smoking something here. I don't know why I thought that color was different before, like it was. I must be hallucinating. Okay, I'm just cracking up. All right, hey, good Bonsai. He made it in. Yeah, again, if any of you guys want to join, hey, happy to have you guys join us in game, because we're going to take a hike over to Drake Interplanetary's presentation at Invictus. That's what we're going to do. So I think I've got everybody who's in for right now. Yep. Cutter with the most QT fuel in the game. That's a good, Danger Hobo, I don't know, does it? Because I know that the Hercules series, those things have got like 60,000. You can fly like across the verse 4 or 5 times in them bad fellas without running out of fuel. Maybe out of the starter ships, maybe it does. I don't know. I don't own a cutter. That's one of the starter ships I wasn't interested in, even though I thought it was probably one of the most full featured of those ships. That's the one I don't have. I'm just not crazy about the design. I'm such an aesthetics person. I know functionality, right? But just something about, I think it's a nice ship. Don't get me wrong. I think it's nice, but it just didn't grab me.
Yeah, but see, that's like what you say a lot. Sense. It's like where you have like the Aurora owners, like they get like the claim time is super low, and I feel like it has. I think it even has a shower in it. It definitely has a bed. It has like all those elements attached to it where it's like, wow, this is like super, it goes far, you hold a decent amount of cargo. I think it has better amenities than like the Avenger series.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm like, this is actually really good. And I think, what he says is right. I know it can go far, I should say, with, but yeah, I did have it. I got it reluctantly, and I think maybe I've like flown it like one time, but like, I just, yeah.
He says it launched.
Vehicle.
He says it launched with a mistake in the most quantum fuel of any ship, more than the Carrack. That's funny.
I'll take that.
That's funny.
I know Drake owners will love that.
Yeah, but I see it's based on size 1, so I get it. Like I said, maybe it probably does beat out all the starter ships, which is cool.
I mean, I just flew the Ares the other day for the first time in a long time, and I was like shocked how much fuel that had. When you guys were out in Microtech, and I had to like travel the most of the systems.
Yeah. All right, gang, all ashore who's going ashore. Anybody else joining us? We've got Stingray, we've got Bonsai 138, and we've got Admiral Kusanagi and myself. You guys, again, feel free to jump into the Discord if you want, because obviously, I mean, you can listen to the stream, but there's a delay if we talk in there. So if you want to come into the Discord, you're more than welcome to join us in the Discord, and that way it'll be easier for you to, communicate with us too as we make our way over there. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll go ahead and get going here. We have procrastinated long enough. Let's see. I'm at Port Tressler. Oh my God. I got to make my way back. I forgot about that. I was out doing some trade runs. Actually, Admiral, last night I got back on for about 30 minutes. There was something I needed to do, or at least I wanted to do, for another show we have coming up, and I decided to do this test yesterday, and then I forgot that I left myself at Port Tressler. I was so tired last night I didn't feel like flying all the way back to R-Corp, so I can meet you guys there, in fact.
Get Stingray in general chat, and someone just came in but left. I don't know who that was.
Bring him down. Yeah, bro, bring Stingray on down. Yeah, bring him on down. Let's see. You know what? I forgot. Did I put us in the wrong room? I bet I did, didn't I? Oh no, I got us in the Soul Citizens channel. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Oh yeah, this is the wrong channel. We're supposed to be in the Star Citizen Live channel. So let's go down there. I'm gonna bring everybody down there. All right, there we go. That's the right channel to be in. I was sitting in the wrong channel. Stingray, how are you, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Chew, you there?
Good, very good, thank you.
Good. I think Chew is still away. Oh, there he is. He's kind of talking. He's cutting in and out there. Your mic might be acting up, buddy.
Yeah, I'm here.
Ah, there he is. How are you, man? Alrighty. Listen, if you guys want to, I don't know if everybody's in the same place in the verse. If you guys
I
are
was
already
suppressed on the other channel.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were suppressed? Oh, you know why? Oh, that's because that channel's push to talk. That might be why. I think it's push to talk. I don't know. But we'll make sure we get that freed up for you later. Oh boy, that door was way. Did you guys see how fast that door opened up? That was like faster than the doors on the Enterprise. Jeez. Guys, I'm gonna meet you guys over at Riker, okay? So
I'll race you there.
yeah, I bet you will. Where are you at, Stingray?
I'm at ArchCorp.
You're at ArchCorp
Area
already?
18.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
there already. Okay. What about you, Chew? Oh, this is messed up. Oh, this is really messed up. Why is my game? Hold on a second. I changed my doggone screen dimensions earlier. This game has been doing this recently on me. Why does it do that? I changed it before the show. What the heck? Come on. Do the right thing here. All right. Get out of there. Okay, there we go. All right, we're gonna change clothes here. Don't be paying attention to my nakedness here, gang. All right, I know I need to lose a little weight. Need to lose a little weight. I know. And I'm gonna put that on.
Roll.
I'm gonna put that on. Oh, look at all these dirty people over here. These microtech people. Ugh.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Chew, where are you in game? Where are you in game, I should ask? He stepped away.
Choo-choo?
Yeah, he stepped away again. Okay, I don't want to take that. I need something quick to get over there. This was nothing really quick I can grab. Let me grab something. Oh, this is here. Good.
Vehicle selected.
We'll take this.
Stand by.
Let's see what we got here. Most starter ships are light fighters have 5.83L tanks. Hangar 3. Give me a second, gang. As soon as I get in my ship, I will take a look at what you guys are saying in chat, because I'm sure you're saying some good stuff. Haven't played in a bit, but would be happy to jump in with you guys. You're more than welcome to join us, especially if you haven't been here in a while. If nothing else, you can come check out the convention with me, or with us, I should say. You're more than welcome to. Mentalic Mutant. Does anyone have opinions on that new snub ship? What is it? The Furry. Yes, that's the nickname for it, is the Furry, aka the Fury. Admiral was talking about it a little bit. I'll let him, he can share with you a little bit what he thinks about it so far.
Sorry, I had to sneeze there.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think it's a great little ship. I mean, again, if you like Star Wars vibes, and right up your alley. Again, it's kind of a paper tiger, I think. If you get that, certainly have that alpha damage, but you do not want to get in a prolonged attack, because if they get a few good shots on you, you're dead pretty quick. The one thing that I dislike about it is it has no ejection pod capability like the Tavaran ship there. So if you die in the ship, you're pretty much done.
I think we had somebody else join us. Forgive me because I'm in my hangar right now. So who joined us? I heard a beep.
I'm at the Drake thing.
You're at the Drake thing? Okay, whoa, there's garbage outside again. See, this is the stuff you got to look out for, guys. Stuff will be hanging out like that. You'll fly out and run right into it and kaboom. Now, I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that I'm going to share with you guys. I don't know if this rumor is legit, and maybe somebody here can confirm it. But I heard that there are a group of people who are deliberately leaving things outside of hangars, leaving wrecks and things of that nature, with the sole intent of causing people to either blow up, run into stuff, or anything else. So be careful. That's my point. Be careful, whether that's true or not. Be careful when you're leaving your hangars. Turn on your headlights. That's one of the best ways to see if there's a piece of junk in front of you. Because a lot of people have been saying they come out the hangar and they blow up. And at first we thought it was a bug, and it might still be a bug. But I've also heard some rumors that from a reliable source, that there's some people who are trying to sabotage things in the game. So stay sharp on that. Okay. Let's see who joined us. Let's see. You know what I need to do? I don't know why I didn't think about this a minute.
Hey guys, this is Mentalic.
Hey, Mentalic, how are you? Glad to have you, man.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good. When was the least you haven't been in a while? When was the last time?
You guys can send an invite. I think I'm.
Okay, give me one sec.
Oh gosh, maybe 3-4 months.
Okay, been a little bit then. So you're this whole new patch for you then. Let's see if I can get him in here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Server. Okay, you're not in our server, so you're gonna have to send me a friend invite from menus. Send me a friend invite.
We're already friends.
I don't have you on this character. I've got several, and you're not on this one. Wait. What am I talking about? I'm looking at the wrong list. I'm sorry, Mentalic. There he is. There you go. I'm looking at the members list, wrong list. Alrighty. You should be able to hop in with us. And I was going to bring this up so I could see Discord. Okay. Stingray, you're already over at ArcCorp, right? You said?
Yes.
Cool.
I'll meet you at the convention center, Elliot.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys over there. I'm getting there. I'm still got some miles to go, but I'm en route. Yeah, we're asking about the new ship, the Mirai. DK, okay, DK is going to jump in. Can you fight NPC ships or can you only fight foot infantry? No, Flea, you can fight whoever you want to with it. It is a glass cannon. I would say the more proficient you are as a pilot, the more chances that you're going to survive. And I'm only saying that because it's a highly maneuverable ship. It's not like flying an Arrow or a Hornet. It maneuvers very tight. It's pretty agile. And if you're used to doing that type of flying, like some people are, you'll probably be a monster in that ship. There's two variants, one with guns and some missiles, and then another one is just a complete missile boat. But yeah, you can use it against whatever the heck you want to use it against. Now, I haven't seen anybody put any videos yet of anybody doing combat, like, mano-a-mano with it too much. So I'm waiting to see how other people feel about it in real gameplay, Admiral talked about the fuel consumption in it. Fuel consumption in it was really high when it first came out. If you burn the engines at a high speed, after several passes, you look up and realize that you were like at only 40% fuel. they're supposed to be extending that now. But keep in mind that ship is, Admiral used the example of it being like a TIE fighter. So just kind of keep that in mind, that like in Star Wars, TIE fighters are always near a mothership. They're not long range. They don't go out very far. They're intended to go in, attack, do some stuff, and come back. And so this ship seems to be modeled in that same formula. Unlike an X-Wing, for example, which we have our X-Wing in the game, which can go long range, which does have a jump drive, TIE fighters do not in Star Wars. So when he mentions about the influences, it's not just the aesthetics of it, but you can kind of see they may have taken some clues from a ship like that and how it could be used in game. And as you see in the Star Wars universe, TIE fighters and X-Wings do have their conflicts. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Hey, all.
Hey, Stunner, how are you, man?
Good. How's everybody?
Good. We're heading over to DrakeCon. Going to see what the Drake folks have outlined to see how their convention area looks this year.
Drake, Griff, the one thing that surprised me in the Fury was how like you could turn on a dime. Like literally, you could be flying like super fast, and pretty much like look right behind you. Like the whole ship could just turn around. And I didn't get any, like, especially like on the, I forget what moon we were on, but there's, a little bit of gravity, but there was I wasn't passing out or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was
You
was
don't have the
wild.
G-force.
Like, yeah, the G-forces were like, it was just mitigated it so well. And I know they're talking how like ailerons supposed to be coming in the game to make that even more maneuverable in atmosphere.
Yeah.
So it's if you want, looking for like the best maneuverable like light fighter, like that's a light fighter snub type. This is definitely it.
Yeah.
It's just really good because if you could get behind a ship, you'll take its ship out. But if you get to a situation where you can't stay behind them and they can get like close to getting shots on you, you're in trouble. Because again, you don't like, you only have size 1 shields. You don't have you don't have a lot protecting you. So I would suggest in that, like, to get out of town.
Yeah. If anybody's ever flown the Car-2-All and you see how it maneuvers, you'll get an idea of what we're talking about in the sense of the maneuverability of it. And again, this is kind of tied into that whole Misk Xi'an whatever kind of thing, with Mirai. So, that makes sense that it would perform that way. Flea, I know what you're saying. CIG making so many ships, it will shake out 90% of them for the meta. But CIG has made a statement about they are really pushing against the meta. They're trying to make sure that there isn't one. I know that's very difficult. But so far, if you ask somebody what's the best ship in the game, you'll get a different answer from everybody. People aren't going to tell you any one particular ship. Back in the day when there were a lot less ships, the Super Hornet was the ship. Everybody talked about the Super Hornet. You don't hear anybody saying that now. For some people, they say it's the Arrow, but there are some people who say, no, it's not the Arrow. Some people will go to the Wardens. So I think that meta is going to be for the person. I don't think you're going to get that Frankenstein ship. And based on what CIG is even saying about components and things of that nature, you may even find that certain loadouts work for certain people based on their playability. Some people may not be a great pilot, but because the ship has a little bit more armor, that might make them stepped up to being just as good as somebody who grabs a ship that is more agile but has weaker armor. So I'm curious to see how this whole meta thing is going to pass out, because it's going to be very difficult with so many ships and so much stuff that we have, that somebody doesn't come up with something that's like everybody gets it. Everybody gets that particular setup, that particular loadout. That would be self-defeating to the game as well. So I think CIG is going to have to push back on it.
Metallic, like just like you're talking about, the light fighter is like really good. One thing that people don't use that often are the heavy. Like if you jump into a Vanguard, how many Vanguards have the turret operated? Like almost none. So you have all these like medium and heavy fighters that it's a 2+ man ship that are getting their butts kicked by a light fighter, but that they also don't have that. They're not utilizing that extra gun set that the ship comes with. So I think when the whole idea of using a multi-crew ship as a multi-crew ship, it would just kind of maybe offset that a bit. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I know we got a bunch of other people in here other than me and Admiral Kusanagi. Chuch, anybody's got some thoughts?
You're right.
Say again, Metallic?
I was just saying, I think it's like I just think it'll be interesting to see how they balance multi-crew
Hmm.
when they add in blades and NPCs. Like, how do they keep the light ship relevant
Yeah.
when some of it is effectively automated on the heavy ship?
Well, some people, first of all, there are a lot of assumptions on what blades and NPCs will be in the game. CIG has said this over and over again regarding that blades and NPCs will never be as good as players. They've stated that, and they keep saying that. And we've heard people talk about how, oh, when I get my so-and-so, whatever ship is their favorite, I'm going to load it up with blades and I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let me give you some of the sides about, I won't even talk about blades, because blades are definitely going to be something that CIG is going to have to figure out a way to balance. But I will talk about a couple other things.
I'll talk about that when you're done.
NPCs. Most people, well, not most, a lot of people don't know that NPCs are going to be literally beings in the game. And you will have to feed them. They have to have 8 hours of sleep. You can piss them off. They can decide not to work, a whole lot of other variables that you have no control over. So if you decide to say, I'm going to take my ship and load it up with all my NPCs and blah, 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 well, be ready to have a real good payroll, be ready to have a lot of food on your ship and drink, and be ready for them to go to bed and sleep on you. And if you push them too hard, they may walk away and say, screw that, I'm out of here. So again, these are other variables. Now, mind you, this is what CIG would like to do. That's what they want to do. And my point is that players are going to have to think about all those aspects of managing, not just the fact that, oh, I'm going to stick an NPC in the seat and just let them go. Blades, I guarantee you, I think blades in their first initial setup will be things that will be designed. For example, if we were to go down to a planet and you died and I needed you in a turret, I think the first set of blades you're going to get are going to be more toward things like weapons, where I can replace you in that turret now because you're no longer there. It's not as good as you as a gunner, but it'll at least be there to protect my aft or my starboard or my port or whatever. Okay. Because it's important, and you can tell Chris Roberts has a huge emphasis on multiplayer gameplay, even though, and not just in the sense of multiplayer ships, but I'm talking about us collaborating and working together to make the game work. And don't get me wrong, there's room for solo. There's always going to leave that because they realize that's a part of gaming too. But he is really, if you look at how he's developing this game, he's really trying to make it where we as a community play, support each other, even when we're in battles, whether we're mining, whatever it is. Everything moves from this solo standard to growing into where we collaborate and work together. Even if you're in your solo refining ship, there's still the guy in the prospector who needs that refining ship. The person in the refining ship may need somebody who's going to unload the refined materials once you get it to port. There's this constant thing of people collaborating and working together in the game, you know. Okay, for some reason or other, I'm having real issues with trying to lock on to somebody. It's trying to make me lock on to someplace I don't want to go. Okay, here we go.
So, for instance, on the Q&A for the Hammerhead, it goes, are the ship computers powerful enough to run all turrets by AI blade? And the answer, it depends on what other computer blades you want to equip and whether you upgrade the computer items, but as it stands, the plan is you won't be able to completely convert all turrets to be controlled via AI using the default loadout. We presently estimate that 4 of the 6 can be converted to AI as standard without any extra item tweaks, but the system is still to be implemented. You know, one thing I tend to look at regarding blades is that you lose, if you want to make your turret say AI controlled with the blades, you're losing something that that other blades could be used for. Say, for instance, to increase the sensitivity of your radar, or to give yourself better cooling capabilities for your weapons. So they haven't really touched a lot of stuff for what other type of blades are going to be able to be in the game, but I think they have mentioned that they're looking at other stuff. So there's going to be a pro-con to just using AI blades for your turrets.
And a cost.
And a cost, yeah.
We have no idea what the cost is going to be.
Bounty hunting blades.
That's interesting.
Yeah, where you can. I remember reading that you could like plug into like a database or some such. Like they mentioned a lot about blades early on, but they haven't really touched on it since.
Also, with resource management, A blade is another thing that can have something go wrong with it.
Yeah, good point.
Possibly.
Good point. Shu, I got your message. I know you said you're in game with us, but Discord's doing some crazy stuff for you. Not sure what's going on with that. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, keep working
Hello,
with it.
everyone. Hope
Oh.
you all are well.
Hey, what's up, DK? How are you, man?
Hello. I'm
Are you-
doing all right.
Are you are you cam
Hey, hey.
are you cammed up tonight?
I am not
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
I'll have to remember next time.
All right, no
though,
problem.
to-
No problem. I just want to pull you in if you were. It's no big deal.
Yeah, but I will take a party invite.
All right, I will give you a party invite. Give me 2 seconds here.
We'll send one to Stunner too if you get a chance.
Oh, you got it. Give me 2 seconds here. What am I doing here? Ooh, don't shoot at the city, Chris. Don't shoot at the city. Don't shoot at the city. All right.
All right.
And you were talking about NPCs, Griff. I don't know if I always thought that the way you treated your NPCs could negatively affect you if you didn't treat them well.
Yep,
Like
that's
if you-
correct.
Yes.
Like I said,
That's
if you
correct.
overwork them, don't let them go to sleep, don't feed them. Absolutely. Absolutely.
In order for
Honestly.
my passengers to have a good time on the Starliner, the crew has to be very well taken care of to take care of the passengers well.
Stunner,
So
do me a
goes
favor.
all the way.
Can you send me I don't have you as a friend.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I
Well,
don't.
Well, let me know when you're hiring there, DK, because I want to see what your health benefits are.
Yeah, no, I
Well,
don't.
it'd be nice to know we do have onboard medical staff to take care of.
I'd be like, what's that medical station on Grimhex? I'd be like, not the Grimhex station healthcare system. Oh God.
All right, what am I doing
It's
here?
like green something, green health or something like that.
I am just Stunner in the game too. I'm not MT.
Oh,
Stunner.
are you? Okay, well, maybe that. Let me check that then. Hold on. I'm just making my final approach to the airport. Stunner. Do I have you down as a friend? Yes, I do. You are correct. There we go, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
You are more than welcome. Let's see. Let me ask you guys another question. Do you guys ever pay attention to how the decorations are done at the convention center each year? Or do you not even notice that the decorations are different each year?
I usually notice the stuff like in the ceilings, especially like over top of those areas where the F8 Lightning is and stuff.
Okay.
Little things like that they do. Remember, was it IE last year where they had the holograms of the fighters following each other? And stuff?
Yes. What did you guys think of just the general layout this year? They had big screens on the wall too, big screen TVs this year in the main hall. And the rest of the area doesn't change very much. You know, the downstairs are holograms and things of that nature.
And they keep it pretty much similar. It makes it easier to run the convention, but the exterior and the lobby area is that drastically different with ArtCorp.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very in-urban type of feel
Yeah.
when you walk in, or even when you fly in on the tram and you come in and then you walk into the entry area. It has a very kind of a urban, it's almost like going into a convention center here in Chicago. You know, it's kind of compact, but then it just all of a sudden opens up into this wide area. And it has that kind of a grand feel to it. But it's, yeah, I like the ArtCorp.
Griff, you're landing on the wrong side. It's very disappointing.
Hey, listen, I'm going where they tell me, brother.
I had a nice window view and nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to pick up any fines, you know?
You gotta watch out for
The
the.
fines have gone up dramatically. I'm trying not to lose any more money.
I saw your bill the other night. You still owe that?
Nah, I took care of that. I'm good. Let's see if the fueling is acting up again. The fueling's been acting up the last few times I've landed places.
Yeah, I haven't been able to refuel all the way.
Yeah, it's been like a drag.
The other thing I noticed that I kind of liked about this convention center,
Mhm.
I think it's different.
I wish they had.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just mentioning that one of the things I wish they had is a lot of the advertisements that you see on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish they had these in the hall, like in
Mm.
in the like screens. Like you can just play them in game. I think that would be a great ad.
Mm.
It
I'd
would-
make use of a lot of screens in the game, wouldn't it? To be able to have commercials, maybe either from RSI or from the community.
It'd be a great time to run the commercials. I mean, just
Mhm.
appropriateness because of the ship sales, right?
Mhm.
But we've been waiting on them to activate screens in the game. I mean, they did do it with Invictus from the sense of knowing where the fleet is and stuff, but they still haven't like really made all the screens on ships and every place else become active. And I personally wish they would. There's Admiral Kusanagi over here somewhere. Why is it showing you in the floor, Admiral? It's showing me that you're in the floor for some reason.
Let me sit down. Maybe I need to reset. Hold on, let me sit down.
I don't know. You know, the game's doing some dumb stuff, basically.
Should reset me.
All right, let's see here. Let's take
See
off
if that worked. I'm in the front left.
You're in something
done.
else. All right. Yeah, I gotta change clothes. You know me.
Griff keeps getting naked in front of everybody.
I
That's the
know.
future, apparently.
Listen. I'm sorry. I just have to dress appropriately. Okay. They got all this cool stuff in the game, and people don't use it. So I am.
How do you think
he
he plans to keep his NPCs around?
There you go. Let's see. Where's that other shirt at?
He's like, "Excuse me, fellas, I just gotta change into something else."
Yeah, I got to put on the right stuff here. Holy moly. I know these people are like, this guy's actually spending time putting on all this stuff. Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Hey, I changed clothes before I
You
got
got more
out of the
shoes
ship.
than I do.
Huh? Oh, trust me, I haven't even gone
Yeah,
shopping
you gotta put
yet.
the clothes on.
I haven't even gone shopping yet. Let me tell you, you don't want to see the real me, brother. I'm telling you, it's over with. Ah, Bonsai, look at that. Looking pretty Drake. Look at that. Woo, look, and he's got a secure. Where'd you get that security jacket at?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
That is cool, dude. Look at this.
Oh, that is
That's
cool.
pretty
Get
awesome, man.
that.
Look at him.
That's pretty awesome.
That is sharp.
Looking good, man.
Private secure. Oh, you got to hire this guy. Holy smoke. I'm digging that. Stingray looking good, brother, with that mohawk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my
Like a boss.
God. That is so cool. Admiral Kusanagi. How come I don't have a marker for you, Admiral?
I have no idea. I sat down over there, and
That's why I didn't see your marker was in the floor. Where's it at? It's gone now, but it was in the floor when I came over here earlier.
Want me to?
You
I'm
want to
still
leave
in
the
the
group and
party.
come
Let
back?
me-
Are you
let me
guys
see if
seeing
I'm
him?
still in the
Stingray, are
party.
you seeing Admiral to your left? Are you seeing a marker over him?
I do, yes.
Okay, so it's just me then. Don't worry about it, Admiral, because I know what your character looks like, so that's fine.
Hell no. I mean, I'll leave the group, and you guys can. Maybe this will work.
All right, well, let's give it one more shot. Let's see. Did you leave the group or leave the game? Oh,
I
no, you
just
just left the group. Okay, I was
the
going to
group.
say, holy smoke. Let's get Admiral Kusanagi back.
Hey, Hop Kebab, what's going on?
There we go. See if you get that one, Admiral. There he is. Beautiful. All right, we got everybody. Stole it from the NPC bunker. Oh, you stole it from the NPC Crusader bunker. Off the guys there. That is so cool, Bonsai. I'm too spooked to go there, man. I'm too scared to go up there. I haven't wanted to die yet. I see his maker, but not your oak marker. Okay, yeah. Okay, Bonsai saw him. Okay. Very
Okay,
nice.
where you at?
He's
Oh, I am currently in a different server, waiting for your servers to open up. Do not.
Oh, we're full. Okay.
Mhm.
Stunner, you're on the train?
Nope, I'm in the hangar. I'm just getting out of my ship.
Oh, you're in the hangar. Okay, gotcha. All right, we'll wait on Stunner, then we'll go on over to the convention hall.
Metallic is behind you. He's
Oh, is he?
probably buying some clothes or something.
Where?
I don't know. He's like 11 kilometers away.
Oh yeah, He's
Oh,
over at the what you call it? Okay, at 18. All right, cool. All right, cool. That's fine. Very, very cool.
Where am I?
Let's see. Let's see. Who else is in here with us that I haven't talked to? Mentalic, I can ask you, did you do any purchases at this particular con, or did you decide to hold on to your wallet this time? Uh-oh.
Oh, just like a few small CCUs.
Okay.
Picked up the Fury,
Okay. Have you flown it yet?
and that's about it.
Okay. Have you flown your Fury yet?
No, not yet. Not
Oh, okay, cool. All right, well, maybe we'll, if we have a little time, we'll take something out on the road with us. We'll load up somebody's something and go out. Who's got a ship that we can load up something? Oh, there's Stunner. With that bandana, looking good, man. Oh, but no, you can't be wearing an Origin shirt. I'm wearing an Origin shirt. You got to change that shirt. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Let me.
It's Drake Day. We got to represent him.
No, well, that's true.
That's right.
That's true.
Right. I got to get my Origin stuff together.
Let me get a ship here so that when we want to haul stuff, we can load it up. I'm going to pull down. Let me pull down a.
Want to take out the C?
Yeah, I'll do a C2 and a.
I meant Hull C.
Oh yeah, Hull C. Yeah, okay. Nice of dreaming. Don't even go there with me. All right, we'll have that there when we get ready to come back. All right, gang. Let's head on over to the con. Defense con.
I gotta figure out how to walk again. I got this running thing going on.
It's okay. Just don't run into us. That's all. You can run. Just don't run into us. Nowhere to bleed out.
You don't have to remind everybody that I.
There he goes. Look, everybody's running. And they look at both Stingray and Bonsai both ran into me. I'm bleeding already.
Oh man, sorry.
Go ahead, Admiral.
All right, let me hit the thing.
Yeah, you can hit the thing. Look at that. We're a nice looking group here. Holy smoke. Everybody's in their civvies. I'm digging it. Very nice. Very nice.
As it should be.
Very nice. Let's roll.
I have a renting kiosk here.
Just the door.
Yes.
There you go.
Should be able to rent all the ships today, I think. Like everyone from the Invictus.
Oh, that is cool.
Okay.
They've got the kiosk there.
Okay, the one thing that drives me crazy about CIG is you cannot buy the apparel they have at these shows. Like if they have like a Drake ships like here at the expo, you should be able to buy them in real life.
Oh, you mean in real life? I agree.
Yeah.
They would. You know what? That stuff would get
capitalize a
snatched
lot.
up like crazy because like people would buy them up. They'd be gone. And I know CIG for a while has had a real issue when it comes down to merchandise because they said they really don't have the people there to do a full merchandising thing yet. Now I know it's grown since the back in the days when Ben's wife was doing it, but I know that's an issue for them. Okay, what do we want to look at first, gang? Which ship? You want to start from the left and work our way around? Let's start with the old classic over here. How about it?
Sure.
The Cuddy. Now, is this the steel or the regular one? This is the black, Cuddy black. Workhorse, tried and true. Did you guys know that this thing has tractor beams? These have tractor beams?
I just found out about that today, actually.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was in the last SCL when they were talking about tractor beams.
Yeah, it was
And they
supposed to be in the
said
back,
Cuddy.
supposed to be in the back
And I
of the
was like,
ship.
Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Darth Vader just walked in. Holy smoke.
I'm sorry, I am the family related to Darth Bane.
Oh,
okay.
Lord. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome, Colossal. For those of you, before this variant of this ship, they used to actually, you could see where the tractor beams were on the earlier versions of the Cutlass. The Cuddy Red actually has one. The Cuddy Red is in the back, and it was designed so that you could tractor in people to that back ramp to come in. But because tractor beams hadn't been talked about very much, a lot of people have forgotten about them. But if you watch Star Jump Grimm's video he did, when he did that big one, I think it was the Drake one, he shows a Cutlass going up to a Hull C and activating tractor beams. And they pull one of the boxes off of the Hull C and pull off on it. So, yep, this does, for those of you who have one, if you didn't know that was one of the features you have, you can use a tractor beam with the ship.
Very cool.
This one over here, is this a black too, or is this a steel? What is this?
Now, Griff, just for the record, a Drake owner would never take anything from anybody else.
Of
that
course
wasn't
not.
theirs.
Never would.
No,
never would
never.
cross their minds.
Ever.
Never would cross their minds. Okay,
There's the
Coat of
steel.
predictions on the steel, guys.
It'll rust.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I think about this steel. I think the steel is worth its money based on one thing in particular. If its name reflects what it's supposed to be. Because we don't have armor in the game, one of the things about these ships is that they are a little bit susceptible as far as, taking damage. If this ship's uniqueness is the fact that it is made out of some type of, I don't know, reinforcement, some special alloy, whatever, because if you look at the commercials, they took this thing into heavy battle. This wasn't space fighting. This was them going down to a planet that where guns were firing like crazy and delivering. I think this thing delivers 16 people, something like that.
A lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
20,
Which means this thing. Well, I know the Valk is 20. I think this is a couple seats short. But my
16,
but my point is,
16.
you can't risk 16 people getting blown up just like that, if that makes sense. So even though it's $220, and considering a Valk I think is $275 or $285, if this thing is able to deliver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3,
18
4,
plus
5,
crew?
6. Yeah, plus crew. So, oh, you got these seats in the back too. Shoot. 2, 4, 6,
another
8,
6 over
10,
here. Yep.
12, 14, 16, 18. Yeah, 18 that are parked here plus crew. That's a lot of lives at stake for this thing just to get shot out of the air with no problem at all.
A lot of grenade launchers too.
Well, yeah. So
Just my opinion, but I
Yeah.
think what the difference will be is that, like you think about the Hercules, they've got all those big weapons on the bottom.
Mhm.
So I think they're meant to land in areas with heavy like land vehicle fire coming
yeah,
from the
hot
plane
zones.
surface.
Hmm.
Where this one will be able to withstand small arms fire. Like if you're coming down into like a whole group of enemy
Okay.
troops with
Okay.
hand weapons, I think the armor eventually will be able to handle that.
I would agree
Mhm.
because on the trailer, like you said, the Valk went into like a militarized hot zone, like a war zone, right? Where this one kind of landed outside of a bunker where there were a lot of, like you said, people running around and small vehicles and stuff. So you're right. This might be the one that's much more appropriate as a quick drop zone ship. The thing I do like about this is that you can exit this sucker from everywhere just like you can on a Valkyrie.
Mhm.
That's one
Think
of the things I
about
do
it
like.
like this. It is a space version of, say, a Blackhawk. Of
Yeah.
a military version of a Blackhawk or any other type of personnel helicopter,
Mhm.
where you're going to have guns, you're going into combat.
Mhm.
But that is its purpose, is to go in there with the possibility of being shot out of the sky.
Yeah.
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 But you're carrying troops. You're going in to pull people out. Maybe search and rescue when a Cuddy Red can't get in there.
Yeah, good point.
It's just ways I could see how it is. Yeah.
Well,
It does
speaking-
have its use
I got
cases.
one. Griffin.
Yeah.
I watched the video and I kind of got the bug. I'm really not into these ships until I saw the steel.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to be too much into like the Cutlass Blue
Mhm.
or the Rescue, but
Mhm.
I think I got bit by the firepower. I like the fact that you have a lot of people in there with a lot of a lot of ground
Mhm.
force.
Yeah, there are a lot of guns. And again, we always got to tell people, guys, when people come to this game and they don't know everything about it, you have to let them know how the game is not balanced. Just like we were just talking about, the armor's not in the game. Weapons are completely balanced. So sometimes when people purchase stuff, they think that that's the final product of it, and they get it and they're disappointed when they get it, right? They say, oh, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do, or it's weak, or it's this, that, and the other. Right now, the most you have to go on is what they say in the promotional material, and even that can change. So you really have to do your homework a little bit. But I think they're going to deliver. I think for the most part, they're going to deliver on what they say these ships can do. GK, you just mentioned about the red. Let's shift over to the red real quick and talk about that one. What do you guys think about the red? Some of you guys might remember what the red looked like back in the day.
Do your research.
Do your research, right? Yeah, what do you guys think about the red? Because the red is, the red was real popular for a good while. Then, boy, when they changed those
They
beds
changed that
around.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that
Red
was?
went from red to dead.
Yeah, but I think it's still going to be relevant. I just think people were putting too much on it because they didn't know that was coming. But that's
Well,
just me.
Like the Endeavor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many. I thought you can fit 2 or 3 of these on an Endeavor. I'm not 100% sure, but if they're like little hospitals,
Mm-hmm.
I
Should be
think
two per landing zone. Yes.
Yep.
Per landing pad.
It's supposed to be 2 at least in the Endeavor. And Grim, who's done a lot of research on these from Star Jump, believes that they are going to probably expand that hangar more, because right now even 1 is too tight based on the
Yeah, they're
early
way too
dimensions
small
of
right
it.
now.
So he
Yeah.
believes at least 2 of them at a minimum
Yeah.
will be able to get in.
And they're saying that an Apollo could possibly fit in. That's part of the reason why they
Wow.
possibly could expand that as
Wow,
well.
but that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh,
They should be able to
nice.
take an Apollo.
Mhm.
Now again, each one of these medical ships they define them as differently, where this is like an ambulance. You know, this is kind of like a very quick kind of get somebody to get help. All you're supposed to be doing is stabilizing them, just like an ambulance does. Where to Colossal's point, the Apollo series allow you to do some level of medical procedure on people, right?
I believe this is a tier 2, correct?
But
Tier 1, is it tier 3?
yeah.
What is it's the lowest tier? Whatever the lowest tier
Well,
is,
the
that's what this is.
Well,
Yeah,
well
tier
I mean the Pisces is the lowest.
Well,
So
it's the same.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's the same
Okay.
thing. Yeah, all you can do is stabilize
yeah, but
people.
what is the value of what?
They don't
what is
bleed
the
out.
value of this now that we have the Pisces though?
More
This is
people.
more military.
More people. You can handle. You can carry 2 people in here. Plus, you can go into a hotspot way more than you can the C8X. You can defend yourself in here, where the C8X you're vulnerable. You really are vulnerable. It's interesting that the C8X is designed for 2 people actually, because you've got the attendant seat in there and the pilot seat. But all the attendant can do is take care of someone from a medical standpoint. That's it. They can't do anything to help defend the ship. Where on here you can. This is also search and rescue designed. You've
What
got
do you
the.
mean defend the ship though?
What do you mean?
Like you
Oh
expect,
wait.
like the,
Well, I'm saying this
the-
has
the
more defensive
attendant-
capability. I'm saying this has more defensive capability than a C8 does. A C8R. You
I
understand what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
bring a CAR in a combat situation.
Right. This
You
this
can
can.
put 4 Panthers on this thing. That's pretty
Yeah.
Yeah, it
and
is.
you have a turret.
Yeah.
Turret doesn't
But the
do
turret.
anything.
But the turret. Right. But the turret on here is for search and rescue. Right.
The turret's just a lamp.
Yeah,
You
it's-
don't-
Oh,
It's
it
the-
is.
yeah, it's just designed
I
for
thought-
search and
okay.
rescue. Yeah,
I've
it's
never
just-
been on that ship.
Yep. It's the search and rescue. That's
it
what it's
is
for.
probably one of the best lights in the game, though. It is super
Yeah,
bright.
it puts out for real. It does. So you know, and think of it this way too. Medical gameplay is nowhere near fleshed out. So we'll have to find out what more can be done, because these medical panels, you know, like right now, most people who is bumping into me. Oh, that's Metallic. Changed his clothes. They have not really fleshed out these medical panels at all. Right now, all you can do here is regeneration. Well, you can't even do regeneration per se. But you can do this for injuries and stuff. You can, and Colossal was the one who did this. Colossal, tell them about about medicine and stuff, because a lot of people don't even know about monkeying around with the medical side of this ship. Do you leave?
I'll do it. I'll
you
jump
stepped
in there.
away.
So I
About
actually
the
used it the other
drugs.
day. I actually used it the other day, and I was a little. Someone told me about it, and I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think I had like a tier 2 arm injury, and it
Mhm.
was like, oh, they recommend you go into take like I'll say 2 aspirins.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, you should take this, and it gives you this capability. And then after I did that, then I went and like fixed my arm, and then you could see it like kind of like it leave my system over a period of time. So you had the benefit of like, you not only just like, I guess not being in pain, I guess is the best way to describe it,
Mm-hmm.
and also getting healed at the same time. So I was like I did one before the other, so it was really interesting. I do like the way they're going at it.
Yep. And different drugs have different effects on you for different types of injuries, and they have not even implemented all of that into the game yet. So it's going to have some features that you're going to need a ship like that, and the C8R, in fact, to do. Let's jump over to the blue, guys. We got a lot of ships still to hit. Anybody excited about the Cutlass Blue becoming what it's supposed to be? Because you don't see very many people flying this ship right now.
Isn't this big?
I
with
like the flashing
pyro
lights.
orgs right now?
Pirates, yeah, but I mean, what I mean by that is, yes, for the EMP aspects of it, yes. But the real feature I'm talking about is containment of people, whether
Prison transport.
prison
yeah.
transport, arrests, mercenary or bounty hunter missions. The new features that they'd included in here were the cells that they've placed inside this ship. And
It has like what is it, a quantum dampening or
Yes.
limiter of some kind?
Yep. I think this holds, is it 16? No, I mean 12 containers in here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 here and 3 on the other side. So that's 6, that's 12. So you can hold 12, I'm sorry, 10, 12. Yeah, there's 4 on this side. Okay, 4 on this side. Wait a minute, am I reading this right? 1, 2, 3, no, 6 on this side too. Okay. So there's 12 containment chambers in here. And I'm assuming that this is what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a cryostasis kind of thing? Anybody got any thoughts
Yeah.
about how people are going to be transferred? Because they're just putting you in a jail cell. You know what I mean? They would just put you in a cell.
No, they freeze you up like that the Drake Caterpillar mission, I think, and like.
I never
in
did that mission. I never did
In
it.
that mission, they show you, they see some cells green, their status is good. They show some that's red, where the person is dead.
Mm.
So I've only watched people do it on like Twitch, but I haven't actually done it myself. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad guy.
But
KBN said, so this is a
human.
human trafficking ship is basically what he has.
In my state, it would be a county sheriff vehicle, because that's how they transport inmates.
Or they're gonna have to.
Bonsai's been
They're gonna
drinking,
have to
y'all.
figure out something, right? Because like if you're the bounty captured by somebody, another player, you don't want to take away that person's ability to play the game for how long. So maybe once you get cryo frozen in that pod, like the actual bounty player wakes up in prison and they can continue their gameplay, and then you have the cryopod frozen body to turn in to continue your gameplay.
Yeah, and that's what they talked about, not hampering someone else's gameplay. They would just wake up in prison automatically, but in order for you to complete your mission, you have to take that body in and drop it off. Okay, very cool. All right, here's the big daddy over here. I hate to say this, guys. I'm digging that red paint on this Caterpillar. Are you guys seeing that? They never had this before. Did they have that red paint on there before?
I don't think so.
They
No,
sure
this is
did.
normally the normal black and.
I don't remember that red. Chat,
Oh, no, the red or red this year.
is red new? It's the normal paint? No,
I'm
it's not the
trying to
normal
remember.
paint. It's not the normal paint. This ship is not normally red. Bonsai, you are
It's
drinking.
red.
Bonsai has been
think he's right.
drinking.
Or is it like an orange red?
This ship is not red normally. The Caterpillar?
Yeah, what color do you think it is?
Oh, the pirate Caterpillar. Okay.
It's not red either.
All I know is that this ship is not red normally. Unless it's just the color of the lights. Is that what it is?
It could be the lights.
Pirate Caterpillar is black along the sides and has a skull on it.
This thing is red, guys.
I think it's supposed to be red.
It's the Caterpillar's not red.
Like, yeah, what
The
color do you
finish
think
is like a
supposed to
matte
be?
red.
It's like a
I don't know
freaking
color.
green, weird Drake color. It's not red, the normal Caterpillar.
You think the caterpillar is green? Okay, I have to double check.
Am I crazy? Nihilus, am I crazy? Is the Caterpillar
I think
red?
he's crazy.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't think the Caterpillar's red. Look at the picture right here. The freaking thing, it's not red on the picture. Change colors
Somebody look
thing.
it up.
I'm telling you guys, this thing is, the cat is red, Twitch says. Twitch says it's red. I don't remember the Caterpillar being red.
There it is.
Is it red?
Yep. I think it's just the lights.
I think it's the lights.
No, I'm refused. That thing's, is it red?
It's red.
That is not red. Look at that. That is no, it's not.
Okay, the regular caterpillar
All right.
on the website
Okay, maybe it's
is
red.
red and with a white striping on the top
Okay.
of it.
All right. I
So-
guess I'm wrong. It's been a long time. I guess I'm getting old and forgetful. I just don't remember the ship being red, guys. I honestly do not remember the ship being red.
You
I-
just
I
haven't
can't-
seen it in a while with its normal paint.
So what's the
probably.
difference
That's
with
a
the
white-
pirate one? What's the difference with the pirate one?
The pirate one has
It's black?
Mostly it's like a black and red with
The
the,
doors
with
are
the
black.
skull. It's got
Uh,
some black capping on it.
All right.
I'm still trying to see
I'm
the
going
color.
inside. Anybody going up with me? I'm going inside. I
Yeah,
don't
this is
wanna-
the normal one. This
I
got
don't-
the white striping on top.
All right, I'm going up. Anybody going up? If you're going to stay
I'm
out
gonna
here,
stay
that's
out.
fine. You want
I've
to
been
stay
up.
out? You've been up
I'm
already?
gonna watch this giant TV
Yeah,
movie
I've been-
screen here. So
All right, I want to go look at, the reason why I'm going up is I want to go look at the command module. I want to go talk about the command module. So if anybody wants to
Okay.
come up, feel free.
I think it'll be cool when the command cab can separate and read.
Yep. One day.
All right, we're on our way up.
Will.
Here we go. All aboard is going ashore. We're going up. Here we go. Count of three. 3, 2, and there we go. Is it going?
Bonsai better hold the rail.
It's not even moving. Drake ships. This would never happen
know,
on an
right?
Origin ship. This would never
I
happen on an
know,
Origin
right?
ship. All right.
Seriously.
All right. Okay.
Y'all got issues.
All right. So, okay, let's talk about this command module. God, it's been so long since I've been in this ship. I've almost
I can tell.
forgotten how to get around on this thing. That's the turret. That's the turret. Got to go up this way. I'll remember. It only takes a little while for me, guys. I'll remember. I've walked this ship 1,000 times.
I will tell you that
1,000
next
days
to
ago.
the Starfare, that ship can get pretty confusing if you're new to it.
If you don't know where you're going, oh yeah, you get
don't know
tossed
where you're
around
going,
this
you get
bad fella.
lost real quick. There's no way to figure it out with signs.
All right, so you need some power on this thing, but it's not going to light up.
I actually love the cat. I can't wait until they put in all the bits.
It's a great ship.
It is a nice ship. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's why I wanted to
really
come up here
is.
and talk about the command area, because let's see if this thing it's
A
already
lot
on.
of these ships are great, except they're made by Drake, and that's the problem.
Yeah. All right, let me get on past here. What are you doing, Bonsai? Bonsai's been drinking. Y'all go give him some coffee. Bonsai, Stanley, where'd you go? Okay, we need a light. We need somebody with a light. Who's got a light on? Anybody got a armor on? Otherwise, I got to change clothes.
You had us change into civilian
No,
clothes.
stay in your civvies. I'll change. It's no big deal. It takes me 2 seconds to do it. I was
Get
just
a mining cap. Mining cap would do it.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah, but I don't have one with me, so I've
If
got
anyone from CIG is watching, can you kind of figure out a way to have the lights on in the ships?
yeah. It kind
During
of
the
sucks with no
convention,
Yeah, that'd be
light.
kind of nice. Yeah.
It really would be nice.
Just to power them up. That's all we got to do. We don't have to.
You don't have to fly them. Just turn the power on, leave the engines off. I mean,
They should, you know, it'd be cool if they just put some like flashlights, like those big spotlights, and just
Something.
showcase an
Yeah.
area, and then it like has that. That'd be nice.
All right. There
Some
we go.
Christmas lights.
Look
Up.
at Bonsai. He is. I don't know how much you drank, man. You must have drank. He's got a doggone light with him. Thank you, Bonsai. I appreciate you trying to illuminate the area for us.
yeah, good luck trying to.
You know, he's been
He
drinking.
thinks he's in a club. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like douche, 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 douche.
All right. So here's a lot of area back here, right? We've got the different stations back here, which we don't completely know what these are for. We've got 2 stations here, and that just says support. And I think this one says support too, which it does. But then when you go downstairs, there's the living area. La, da, 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 da. And the only thing I don't like about this is where Colossal's phrase, live in the Drake, die in the Drake comes from. Because you got to get out of here. There's no way to get out of here if something goes wrong with the ship. This says tractor beam
The ship
here.
can detach.
Yeah, but my point is there's no place to go. Like there's no doors. There's nothing to get out of here. Wait a minute, there's a door here. I forgot. They've got the side door. So you're right. You can get out. Okay. So it's not a death trap after all. Now, this is what I did not remember. There are 2 tractor beam areas on this ship. I didn't remember that. Did you guys remember that?
I'll say no to that. I know there's the other one on the other side. but
Right.
I forgot this one was
I didn't either I didn't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
it or I
yeah.
didn't know.
It says the ship has 2 tractors.
Yeah. And that's interesting. But now I see how you can load stuff, because I used to always think it was just the one on the starboard side. But now I can see you could tractor something and you sit it on those doors and then somebody inside tractors it and places it. That I do get now. Okay. Because that didn't make sense to me before. How long do you guys think it'll be before we see this module actually be able to detach? I mean, you could do it with the P-72 and the P-52 on the Andromeda. Do you think they're going to implement that on here?
Probably waiting for modularity so they can do it.
Yeah.
You think they got to wait for modularity?
It's probably a good idea for them to wait until modularity, because
Okay.
they were talking about that in the SCL in regards to the Hull C
Okay.
and how they were able to make that rear end section a module, because that's exactly what it is a module.
Right.
So they're figuring it all out using the Hull C, and I'm sure that once they get that figured out and technically, as they say, the technical aspect is complete, then they can start working it into ships and things like that. But which they think they actually have the technical aspect finished or close to it.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. The other stations here, the support stations, and I noticed the 600i still has those 2 support stations, and I'm not sure on the new rework if those support stations are going to be there anymore. If they're taken out, do we need the support stations in this ship? And would that mean they need to do like not maybe not like a full rework, but do you think they'll
Good question. The Cat's an old ship. It's going to be taking the gold standard, but whether there's going to be a rework on it, I know they said that they're thinking about it when they talked about the tractor beams. Because if you look on the starboard side, where I am now, you can see that you can't see all of the access areas from here. They're blocked by the ship itself. So I don't know what that means as far as how they're going to do that, if they're going to do a remote camera or whether they're just going to totally change something different about the tractor beams and just put them inside the actual containers. I don't know.
It means it's a busted ship.
Is that what it means?
Oh, man.
Is that what it means?
Busted up.
Star Jump Ender is going to kill me because he's a huge Drake fan. Just huge.
Is he really?
That's funny.
Huge Drake, yes.
I mean, they needed the whole front end is again. I think is part of the. Well, actually, I think all the bays, but I know that's supposed to have like the Dragon Bay for the dragonflies, and there's supposed to be like a medical area in the front. So they have a lot of work to do in this ship. So that they could change it up a little bit.
Well, they've got that. A lot of that stuff is for the modularity side of the ship, right?
Right.
And God only knows when that's going to happen. But this was one of the first ships where they did really talk about modularity, where you could put in, like you said, a workshop, a medical station, a repair shop, whatever the case may be. We'll have to see how it happens. But that is a cool thing about this ship, is having those features there to do that. Let's see. All right, we're going to go ahead and go whatever the next ship is over there, gang. So you guys, what's the next ship we got?
I really want, I'm watching these commercials outside and these giant TVs, and I'm just waiting for us to be able to use like the TVs inside like the 600 or the 890 ships with like giant screens, so we could actually, sit down and watch the Blues Brothers or whatever the heck we want to do, and depending upon how much access we can get to use them.
Evidently, y'all, Bonsai is carrying several bottles on him because he's still drunk. Yes.
He's having a great time.
He is still drunk. So he did BYOB. He brought his own with him because he's still staggering. The cutter. I mean, you guys own a cutter.
I melted it.
You melted yours?
Yep. Melted it.
Okay, why'd you guys melt it?
Because I wanted another ship, but it's a great ship.
Okay.
Great starter ship.
Okay, just for upgrading purposes, you did a melt.
Yes.
Okay. What was the price on this? Does anybody remember?
I think I did melt. It's in my buyback.
Okay. What was the price on this?
Was it?
70, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was 70.
So is this the most, did you buy it as a package though? Because if it was a package, then it would have been 70. Because 70 is a lot.
It was $40 at War Bond, and currently $45.
So you must have bought it as a package or something when you bought it.
Well, you might be right. I might have bought it at 40.
With Squadron or something like that. Okay. We talked about this earlier go. Who was going to say something?
No, I was just going to say that I bought it as a game package and upgraded it to a 300i before I gave it to my friend so he could get into the game because I like my friend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm just kidding. Drake ship to the origin ship.
Yeah. Well, earlier we talked about that we all did agree. We did all agree that this ship probably gives the most features and bang for the buck of the starter ships.
It is a great starter ship.
Whether you like it or not, it does offer
everything
that people want to do.
Kind of fits in the same role where a half-size Nomad. In terms of like cargo capacity and things like that, and it's a nice kind of in between from the Titan to the Nomad.
But you bring up the Nomad. The Nomad is supposed to be like a high-end ship with nice amenities, and that doesn't even have a shower in it. Like you've got this quasi, toilet that you stick out of.
Well, first of all, Admiral. Wait. Let me tell Admiral why there's a shower on this thing, okay? Because you stink flying it. That's why they got a shower on here, okay? We don't need showers and stuff like that on the Origin ships. I just want you to know that.
No, I said the Nomad. I didn't say Origin. I said Nomad.
Well,
I don't even know if the Nomad is one of those types of uppity upsky ship. It's one of the first of its kind for consolidated outlands, isn't it?
No, but I don't know. That's a good. It's for their starter. Yeah,
consolidated outlands. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say something about this ship. I do admire. Somebody get Bonsai. Give him some coffee. I do appreciate the fact that for a starter ship, and you just mentioned this a minute ago about buying this for a friend who was coming into the game. if you notice, all the components are right here and accessible, which is actually cool for somebody who wants to be out by themselves or learning the game, that they get the idea of being able to swap out components and they don't have to stress about learning so much about the ship. So I do like the fact that all of these are right here for them to get to. When you get into other parts of the ship, let's check out Admiral's bathroom here, which he was talking about. And yet, is there a shower? Yes, there is. There is a shower. Look at that. You can wash your hands in here. You can dump one in here, I think, right? What does this do?
Wait, what are we dumping in there?
I'm asking, does it access? It doesn't do anything. Oh, there it is. Okay, the toilet came out. All right, so that's what it is. All right, so you can take a dump in here if you need to. Good. Okay. Door closing open. Do not stand in the door so I don't chop my own head off here. Close, open. You can lock the bathroom. How about that? So if somebody's coming to get you, you can come lock yourself in the bathroom.
It's like a xenomorph is on your ship. You can get in there and lock the door.
You go in and lock the door. You got
you're
a
like, okay,
bed.
I'm gonna have to file this toothbrush down, and then I can save my life by
Yep. You've got a bed.
stabbing it to death.
I don't think there's any components back here. No, nothing. Okay.
Oh, see, like Umbra, he likes his. Or they
Yeah.
like theirs.
This a locker?
He or she.
Whoa. Yes, storage. Okay. Nice. All
That's
right.
true.
And okay.
Metallic.
Okay, look at that. There's stunner. Okay. Lots of room in
Lights
there, plus some more components in the cockpit, which is nice. All right, very cool.
Ah, I found the light. I'm awesome. I know.
Nice. Components there. Nothing on this side. Okay. Very cool. Alrighty.
They
Oh,
really
my
did a
God.
lot with
Oh,
such a
man.
small ship.
Well, you know what? This ship kind of proves the whole thing of CIG saying that they learn how to make ships better and better each time. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch the show from yesterday, the SCL, the all vehicle show, please, please, please watch it. You get to hear them talk about what it takes to make ships, where they learn from making ships. Sometimes the way things come out in concept and even first design, how they find out that something can be off just by less than a foot or even a centimeter,
goodness,
and they have to go back
yes.
and redo things. There's a lot of stuff there that, as they said, as things evolve in the game, they've learned about this. So just check that show out if you haven't seen it yet, okay? Just really want to
It is a
encourage you.
very good episode. A very good
Oh
one.
God,
I
there's
learned a
Mr.
lot.
Nimbus. Let me give him an invite so we can get him in here with that wild haircut of his. Jeez, oh Pete. Spot him a mile away.
Griff, I found the I was able to turn the lights on inside the straight ship here, so maybe people just have to turn the lights on.
Okay.
So
Which one you talking about?
I'm in the cutter.
Oh, in the
And
cutter.
There's two separate areas.
Oh.
They have-
Oh,
Oh,
it has
yeah.
the light. It has the buttons for the lights, and you can use
Yeah,
those.
yeah. I already
You don't have to turn the ship
put
on.
the spotlight on Mr. Nimbus there. Oh God.
Somebody is flipping
So I need
through
to highlight him
the
more.
floor.
Another tool to have a light switch.
Now the Herald is one of the oldest ships in the game. Been around a long time. It is still, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, is it still the fastest ship in the game? I think it is.
I believe it is. I would have to double check.
I think it is still the
Well,
fastest ship in the
know
game
what?
in a straight line.
Is it Fast and the Fury?
Well, that's
Oh
the
yeah,
question.
probably.
Is it-
Oh yeah, as a data runner, oh I guarantee you it is. Guarantee you it's better than faster than the Fury.
350R.
Acceleration may not be as good. There's Fury's acceleration is ridiculous. But as far as top speed, this thing is like 1400 or something like that, isn't it? 1300, 1400. Can somebody look it up?
There's an engine in the cockpit. I mean,
Okay, what do we got? The 350R. Which ones were we comparing?
The Herald.
The Herald. Okay, hold on. I'm putting together a comparison in Urkel. And what were the other ones that we were gonna? You know what? Let me add in the the Mercury, because that's a quick one. 400's a quick one. Anybody else in any other ship?
No, just
that
go with
would
those. Just go with
compete
those.
That top speed. Okay. So let me compare. Okay.
While DK's looking that up, does anybody remember what the controversy was about this ship when it came out? Does anybody remember?
Probably these data pods, right?
Nope. There was something about the design. Does anybody remember what the design was? This was supposed to be the first asymmetrical ship.
Thrusters in the back being different.
It was supposed to be the first asymmetrical ship. Originally, one wing was different than the other one. And they ended up changing it and making them the same. And some people barked about it. That's why a lot of people, when the MSR came out, they got really excited because that one was asymmetrical. But a lot of people bought this ship because they liked the cool factor of it being asymmetrical when they designed it. But they changed it. And as always, things can change with ships.
Okay, I have your results here.
What you got?
The Drake Herald max speeds at 1,361 meters a second.
Mm-hmm.
The 350R, 1,347.
Mm-hmm.
Right underneath. Star Runner comes in at 1,287 and 400i comes in at 1,250. I think there's a few other ships between 350 and the Star Runner that I didn't include. So I'm sure there's a few others that chat or somebody else can mention.
Okay.
I don't know if CIG knows about this bug of that red light that's right next to this station that was supposed to go ahead and extract or retract the radar panels or whatever you call it. And when you back away from it, you could see the button, but when you go close to it, it goes away.
It goes away, yeah.
And that button at one point in time was active, and you could push that button and those panels opened up, and then they took that feature away. I don't know why.
Oh, I didn't know it was active. I remember it, but I didn't know that was active.
Yeah.
But here's the other
Well, you could sit in the chair, right? At one point.
You could sit in the chair. I believe you can sit in there now.
Oh yeah, you can sit in the chair.
But right next to the chair, to the right of it, was a button that you could press to get those panels to open up.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Like I can see it right now while I'm sitting in the chair. And that light is there.
Yep, and it goes away. Yep, it went away since I got over here. That is crazy.
Huh.
Oh, that's
has corrected
insane.
us. Speed is 1,400 for the Razor MX. That is the fastest ship in the game. Thank you, Eminence.
Which one? The Razor
Yes,
MX is what?
The Razor MX or LM. Let me see.
LX. He's saying the LX.
Yeah, LX. The LX is the fastest one.
And what's the speed on it?
1,400 meters a second.
1,400.
That's
Okay.
fast.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is fast. All
Well,
right.
respectively, I mean, they could up it to 2,000. I mean, and then the Herald could be 17. We don't know,
That's
Who needs a
funny.
quantum drive? What do you need?
I
That's
just want to know why they took off the feature of the SATA panels here.
The what now?
The SATA panels, the
Are they
panels that
gone?
opens up. I mean, that button, you can't press the button. When you press the button, the
Oh,
SATA panels
they used to
open up.
open up. Oh, now I remember what you're talking about. I thought you meant something inside the ship.
No,
yeah.
outside of it, yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe it's something with the animation was buggy or something. I don't know.
It's just fine. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I'm really digging Bonsai's security uniform. That is really, really cool. All right, that's the Herald. Let's go over to the next one over here, gang. This
might
is
buy
one
this.
ship that I've never been that crazy about for some reason. I mean, it's a cool little ship. Buccaneer, right?
Great ship, glass cannon.
Really? Still?
Yeah, she's a glass cannon still, but if she get a hold of you,
She's a pain in the butt. Yeah, she's a
gonna
pain
bite
in the
living
butt.
daylights out of you.
Yeah, it's like a little freaking mosquito when you're out doing missions and this thing comes after you.
And the way how she's built, she's hard to go ahead and target because of her,
profile.
Her profile. It's like you're hitting through the ship if you don't get it in the right angle. Really difficult to go ahead and get. But once you get a couple of hits on it, that wing goes off and she's done.
Really?
She's a glass
They are
cannon.
fun to fly.
They are?
I do enjoy flying the Buccaneer, yeah.
When you lose a wing, do you lose the engine too or just the wing?
Depends on how severe. I mean, I don't know what the battle techs are now compared to when I last flew it.
Yeah. I was just curious whether or not first it's the outer part of the wing, then the engine, then closer, to the body. Just wondering. Yeah,
The wing is attached to that engine, so.
Yeah. This was supposed to be like the ship that people really associated with the Kraken a little bit, that you'd have a bunch of these that you could put on there. I don't know. It with the Mirai coming out, I kind of look at this as comparable to that a little bit, for purpose, not as far as build and all that other stuff. But I still think it'll be a pretty tight ship to use for uptight combat. Good pilots in it. Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody own one?
Yes.
Oh, you own one. Okay, cool.
Wait,
Nice.
you own a Drake?
Yes. I also own a Cutlass Black.
Yes, Cole's back. Yep.
Okay.
I also own a Dragonfly.
All right.
Dragonfly made by Drake.
Yes, you have to own a Dragonfly. That's absolutely
Mhm.
okay. All right, let's take a look at the Vulture gang. We're almost at the end here.
I don't intend to die in Drake though.
So this finally came out after a lot of anticipation. You know, how do you guys feel about the whole salvaging thing? Are you one of those people that enjoys it? It's not your cup of tea. You know, have you done it? Have you even tried it? If you haven't,
I saw a comment. So I have this. I have salvaged in it. I've been doing it a couple times this week. I saw a comment, and I think it was Spectrum. It was like, now that salvaging is out, what's the next thing on like, you know, the roadmap or whatever? And it's like, what are they talking about? Like only 10%, 15% of salvaging came out with the health stripping.
yeah.
So I actually like it a lot. I know I'm just waiting for like to kind of get the crunching aspect of it and to be able to kind of rip through a whole ship, and also to get better quality metals, like search for those metals, like you know, to be able to pinpoint where the valuable stuff is.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if there's going to be some form of scanning that they implement too, so that when you do go into an area that goes beyond just, you know, like how we do it now. I don't know if they're ever going to do that. That might be a little bit too much. I want to ask you guys about something. When the commercial for this is Bonsai, yep, please don't stumble off of their Bonsai. When they showed the commercial, there were two features on this ship that we had not seen implemented. We know about the hull scraping, but we also saw these areas in here light up with beams that were going across as a piece of metal was being tractored in to this door here. And inside this door was the grinder to break up materials. So I'm kind of curious as to, first of all, what do you think those beams were? Because like, it's a row of beams. There's like 6 beams going across here as the material was pulled in.
But were they?
Yeah.
I mean,
going.
There's a still picture of it. I don't remember seeing a video from CIG that would show the progress.
Yeah, there's a trailer. There's a trailer for this ship, and you see him pull up to a ship. He's out in a big area where they're busted up ships, and he turns on the laser. He starts doing this hull scraping, and then you see the guy walk out on the arm, and then they show this big hunk of metal off the ship. You know, big piece of frame. Gets cut, and it comes down the middle of this between these beams, and then there's a grinder spinning in the background, and it goes back and chomps it up. I'm
going to say it's a slice and dice. It's sliced.
Or is it slicing up the pieces like a laser beams?
And then it goes into the buncher to get diced.
That could be. Yeah, that could be. Okay. Yeah, Klaus, take a quick look at it. Just look up the commercial real quick. You'll dig it.
Maybe for ground too. Maybe if you're on the ground, you can tractor it in or something. Maybe down the road.
Yeah,
you see the way they're individual on an axis and they turn, like, and they do it in turn. So I think it's kind of like a conveyor belt as it moves it towards the
pulling it in
mouth.
Yeah, this is like a conveyor belt, but I think the question is, do these cut it up at each station as it goes through
to chop it down a little bit?
Belt?
But to be honest with you, I like DK's idea, whether that's the case or not. But it would be cool if it's slicing it up to break it down so that by the time it gets to the cruncher, you know, it's in smaller pieces. We'll have to see. Klaus was looking at the video, so maybe he can give some insight on when he sees it, because I
might be right,
I haven't looked at it since it came out.
Like you said, it could also act as a conveyor belt as it's slicing up. You know, it's
no right. As it gets to the next tier, it cuts it down a little bit more. I mean, it says on it says, you know, high voltage contact may cause serious injury or death. I mean, I haven't seen any tractor beams say that on it.
Yeah.
Where, so.
I think these are stored too. I think these are just stored positions.
Yeah. Chat, please forgive me. I forgot when I stream, it is necessary for me to push my gamma up tremendously because
just turn the light on.
Horrible. No, it's not that. My game is for some reason or other, my screen is extremely dark when we stream. Like what I'm seeing now is equal to what my screen is, but when if I don't change it, it's super dark, so it makes it really bad. Trip,
Hey, Trip.
Rodriguez, hey Trip, long time, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the raid of 44. Yep. Welcome, Trip folks. Welcome. I hope you had a trip with Trip. Had a good time today with him, and I hope you had a great stream, man.
I know Raytheon somewhere in there.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, thank you. Oh, Star Citizen Films. I'm digging that name. Oh, are you producing some type of films or machinima? You gotta let us know about that. I hope you guys had a great time with Trip. Go ahead, Colossal. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, buddy. I put a YouTube link on your stream of the commercial.
Okay.
And there is, I didn't see the middle beams act on, but I did see a tractor beam coming from that area where you say it was being dragged into. So I think not only the Vulture can tear apart a hull of a ship, but I saw it tractoring in what looked like a distortion gun from the ship. So I think it's both not only tearing apart ships, but I also think it has a tractor beam associated with it that brings in whatever type of major component that you may want to go ahead and take and sell.
Bonsai, I'm gonna get you. Bonsai locked me in, y'all. Oh no! Oh, it wasn't Bonsai. It was a 30K.
That's what it was.
It was a 30K, not Bonsai. Oh my god. We survived. Let's see, how long did we survive? We survived a good amount of time. 30Ks have been the haunt. We were in there an hour and 30 minutes. Well, hour and 15 minutes roughly. Yeah, something like that. So we hung in for a good while before we got our first 30K for the night. So the good news is that we're at R-Corp. We don't have to fly anywhere. So should be able to wake up right there and be ready to go.
Don't forget to quit all the way out.
Yeah, quit all the way.
We all have to do that.
It would be a good idea just to save yourself some aggravation. You know, it will definitely save you some aggravation.
Yeah, Griff.
Yes, sir.
You're right. That middle part is a grinder.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the grinder.
Yeah, so it's a tractor beam that's right to the left and to the right of the grinder that a tractor, whatever it is, to go ahead and get grind. So it's interesting. I didn't see the middle lights though. That I thought that would be a cutter or something like that. But you did see the main beams go ahead and tear apart the ship, and then the tractor beam would bring something big and heavy in and grind it. But that's not operational yet.
Not yet. That's what I was saying. Yeah, we're just saying this in the future. And I was mentioning that because Admiral Kusanagi was saying that people thought that what we have right now was it for salvaging, and so I was saying no. They showed us in the trailer that there's way more to it. And those features you just mentioned, Colossal, are the ones I was referring to. All right, gang, let's try to see if we can get back in there and get another few minutes of stability for ourselves. Our party should still be together. And we only have one more
the real
ship.
question is, when they get that mechanism working for the Vulture, what happens to a player that unfortunately finds himself in there?
Good luck.
It actually does say stay away from that area. So, you know.
Yeah, that's a come here, gesture for some people. Stay away.
Wait a minute.
So it means come closer, right?
DK, how about that being like the walking the plank for pirates, where you just have buddies just go up in there and just push their body in, just grind them up, and that's it.
Closer to the Vulture.
I guarantee you somebody's going to do that. I guarantee you somebody's going to do that.
There's going to be a conga line just for that.
Oh, yeah.
Just because.
It won't be hull munching. It'll be body munching. Somebody will be like putting bodies in that thing and getting rid of disposing of the bodies.
Oh, imagine using that when they did the the Hill horror mask.
Oh my God!
You had to go and shoot people in order for that to they set up conga lines.
Yeah,
they could just use that and just chop everybody up in a line.
There you go. You guys, let me know when you're menued up, and I'll launch. I'll wait for you. Let's see who else we got here saying some cool things in chat today. Oh, we've got Pilgrim. Oh, wow. A whole lot of people here. Guys, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had a good time with Trip. We've got to get Trip on the show. Trip used to always be streaming at the same time we stream, but I'm going to have to reach out to him and get him to come over because it has been a while since I've seen him. You guys, we always love watching him. Trip was the guy with the... By the way, Trip, I watched you so much that I finally bought some VKBs. Dude, so you inspired me to finally go ahead and jump in the river, and I did it, and I've been very happy with them. I hate to say I'm not using them right now, but yes, just watching you play was like, okay, I need to get on my stick again because it's been a while since I played with and by the way, I did duel. I was doing HOTAS before. It's the first time I've ever done dual, and I stepped up to that too. So thank you for that. And you guys check out Trip when you get a chance. Check out Trip Rodriguez. Really good streamer. A lot of fun to watch.
Still haven't bit that cockpit yet, Trip, but we're working on it, buddy. Trip has a cockpit. He's built his own.
Yeah. Yeah, Bonsai, I know people like Virpils, but Virpils are, you got to have a Virpil wallet. And VKBs are within my reach with a family and everything else. So I appreciate people having Virpils. They're great. But if you're coming up from, what's the manufacturer, Logitechs or anything else like that, VKBs are decent.
Up the ladder, you know. You
No,
just move up the ladder slowly. But
I'm not
saying
Unite.
See, DK, you're into flight sim way more and a whole bunch of other stuff. You and Colossal. So for you guys, yeah, I don't flight sim that much for me to go spend $1,000 on some joysticks. I'm not there.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to get new Virpils. What I'm saying is, for those people that want to work their way up, sell the ones you have. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey Griff, I'm just letting you know. Just prepare yourself for what Trip Rodriguez just said. Okay, so I just want you.
Okay, give me 1 second. Is everybody in the menu?
Oh wow!
No.
He did.
What did he
Give me
say?
an invite there, Griff.
Oh,
Kick somebody from chat.
Yeah.
Drake is greater than Origin. Yeah, keep dreaming, Trip. So much for that invite to Soul Citizens. All right, you can throw that out the window. No, I'm just kidding, buddy. That's
we need
okay.
a channel point award for that one.
Yeah, no.
Put something in the channel points
for that one. Yeah,
Don't feel bad, Trip. Just because you said it out loud, don't mean we hate you, Trip. I mean, I think that's a fantastic saying. You should see the shirt that I have for Origin. It's just 2 letters, N and an O. No Origin.
Trip, I like Drake ships. I'm not a Drake hater. Seriously, I'm not. I'm not a Drake hater.
I just play it for fun.
Yeah. I listen. Some of the first ships I'm going to work for in game will be the Drake ships. All 4 of them: the Cutlass, Blue, Black, Red, and Steel. I really want to work for all those ships. I think they've got definite places in the game. I'm excited to get them. They're made well.
Trip, there's a reason why Origin has a headquarters or has a base at Lorville. Okay, there's a reason for that.
God. Anyway, Drake is great if you have enough flex and duct tape. Listen, Drake. Okay, Trip. Drake has been doing the thing to clean up their act, right? Last year they hosted IAE. They're moving into this whole thing of power to the people kind of thing and putting the power in the people's hands, which is kind of neat. UEE and some of these other guys are kind of having that authoritarian kind of thing, like Colossal likes going on. So I ain't mad at you for that. I think Drake is okay. I don't have a ship manufacturer I really don't like. I don't think there's anybody that produces something I don't like.
I will say the Drake manufacturer, I think, is the one they've done the best with as far as keeping the whole ship design language, both interior and exterior.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Corsair's great.
Just the feel of them inside and everything. Yep.
Absolutely. Corsair's great. They've got continuity. You go from one ship to the next, and you can tell. And I don't mean this in a bad way. You can tell it's a Drake ship. No matter which ship you're in, you can tell. And it has that feel that they want for those ships that are minimal. They have essentially what they need to function. They're going to be great for repair. That's supposed to be the benefit of them. You can have the fancy ships and everything, the agencies and all that, but it's going to cost you more money for parts and stuff than Drake ships will be. And when you go someplace like a Pyro, I guarantee you'll probably be able to find your parts and repair easier there than you will in some other systems. So if you got some other fancy ship and you go into Pyro, are you going to find some Origin parts in Pyro? Not unless you strip somebody else's ship, probably. But I bet you if you go to a shop or something, you're going to find what you need. So, kudos for Drake for that. It'll be pretty interesting to see how it plays out in game. Same look, same funky smell. Okay, Stunner.
Oh,
all right. Is everybody on menu?
ready?
All right.
Griffin, I'm sick to one out.
All right. I didn't get Nihilus in because I think he said hang on for him. So is he in? Oh, he's not in. Oh, he's in menus. Let me give him an invite, and he'll be able to get in with us. You're going to sit out, Stingray?
Yes. Sir.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, you're welcome to hang out, brother.
Hang out in the chat.
I'm surprised Nihilus haven't given his opinion about Drake, considering the fact that he's driving in some big ones.
Oh yeah, he loves
Drake.
Drake.
Got some big ones.
I got that lobby error code
cracking
again.
up stuff over there with his cracking.
Oh, this is not good, guys. This happened once before.
The
lobby code. The lobby code. But you got to change either that or change regions. Nope, it didn't work that time either. Yeah.
Just spamming.
Saying degraded
Let me.
performance.
When I
too.
changed regions, it did it before. It's USA. Everybody's playing tonight. If I go to EU, see, I can get in.
Yep.
It's just the US. Everybody's over here monkeying around with the servers tonight.
You know what? I usually choose the Asian server.
Yeah, sometimes but
Most of
the
the
only reason
time.
why I don't do that one is because they have lower capacity, and so I only go there in case I just can't get into anything else. But the other day when we went out,
when I need to reset something.
oh yeah, when we went out the other day, we got in that server that was running at 30 frames. It was so great. It was so smooth. Because weren't you with us, DK?
Yep.
That
I sure was.
with
We
Ops
got
Chief,
in there.
it was
There
great.
was a very small group of us that I don't know.
There was only
if
like
we
30 people in the
just
server.
started a new server. How many of
It was
us?
only like
were there?
38. It was like 30.
15 of us?
It was like 38 people in the server at the most when I remember looking at it. Okay, boots on the ground. If anybody's not getting in, let us know and we'll
Boots on the ground
work
here.
with it. Oh, did I wake up upstairs? I hope I didn't. Looks like I did. Yeah, I did. I woke up at the freaking stage. Oh my God, I woke up all the way back at when we moved. Oh no, I'm in Harcourt. Okay. God, I hate the way my screen looks when my gamma's up this high. Like on the stream, it looks great, but for me, it's terrible. Is my gamma too high, guys, or is it look okay?
You just put up the gamma. What are you talking about?
No. You don't get what I'm saying. I'm asking on the stream, does it look okay? Because it was dark earlier for me.
Looks good to me.
It looks good to you guys? Okay. Because for me, mine is washed out, is my point. It's washed out on my screen. For me to play, it's washed out. I hate the way it looks. It looks like I got a big fog around me everywhere. It's that high. Because Colossal gave me some really good settings. By the way, Colossal, is it okay to share your settings for screens? No, he stepped away again. Colossal gave me some numbers for setting your screen, and it makes the colors pop, and the game just looks a lot nicer.
Oh, nice.
Normally, how everything's set at 50. I know that I bring the gamma all the way down. His number was 18. I brought it down to 20, and I like it that way. I know a lot of people like to keep the gamma up because they want to be able to see further in the game. I don't like doing that. I like if it's difficult seeing, I want it to be difficult seeing.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Trip mentions that it's a little bright. I kind of agree.
Is it bright for you?
Maybe find a happy medium.
Yeah, I'll bring it down because that's what I need you guys to tell me because my monitor and what I'm seeing on the screen are two different things for some crazy reason.
And that'll ease it on your eyes too.
Yeah, let me go to
bright light.
Let me go to 40. I'll take 40. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And see if that's a little better. I just don't want it so dark the details are lost. Ah,
it has more contrast, but it's fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah, very good.
Nice. Look at that man in that gold suit over there, looking pretty good. I see you, Stunner. I love that security outfit he's got. It looks so official.
That's somebody else, not Stunner.
Oh, that's not Stunner? You sure?
Yep.
I mean, not Stunner.
Bonsai.
Bonsai.
Was
I'm sorry, Stunner.
Yeah.
It's Bonsai. I'm sorry, Bonsai. He's over there getting irate again. He's shaking his head. Yeah, that's him. I love that. I love that.
Doc Flanagan says that's him in the gold suit.
Oh, really? Oh, Doc.
Yeah, Doc.
Oh,
Get
dude.
Doc in the party.
Yeah, we'll get Doc in. Oh, my goodness. I didn't know Doc was in here. Uh-oh, we got to get off the train first, though.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yeah, I've been on my way back. I've done that plenty of times. Trains going back because I'm looking at something.
Mentalic, you're in the party. You might need to
Nirov, thank you so much for the follow.
in.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming in with us. Alrighty. Let's hop on over here. I'm following behind Bonsai in his security uniform, looking good.
Going back to
Actually,
the hat.
Mentalic, can you see everybody else?
There he is. He's back. Yeah, let me invite these guys.
Okay.
Let me invite, because I know I have Doc Flanagan as a
Never mind.
friend.
There he is.
There's
Yeah,
Doc.
the markers act so funny sometimes.
Yeah. Doc, by the way, you are welcome to join us in our Discord, buddy, if you want to come in. Doc Flanagan is such a cool guy, guys.
Yeah.
So if he's not doing
Doc
nothing,
reminded us to go take a look at the Kraken.
Oh,
Caterpillar.
yeah, we're not gonna miss any of that. Oh, here we go. Elevators are jacked again. We got that bum server. Oh,
Yeah,
on it.
can't get a ship.
Like the European server. Yep, we got to get out of this server, gang.
Okay.
This is the
no
situation that Nihilus and I had the other day where they didn't want to let the brothers in. You go to the elevator and there's no other floor to go to, so it's jacked
Yeah,
up.
they're gatekeeping.
Yep, they wouldn't let us
Yeah.
in. All right, so we're gonna bounce out,
All
In the menu.
right, Trip.
go back to menu, and I'm gonna change the server so we don't go back to the
42
server
hours
again.
stream.
Wow, Trip's doing
Man.
42 hours. He did 42 hours.
22
22?
hours.
Woo.
Man,
I don't know how these guys do
tired.
them full day
Go get some
streams, brother.
sleep.
Too old. Trip, thanks a lot, brother. We appreciate you. Like I said, we're gonna get you on, man. I'm gonna send you a list of some shows, and you have to let me know. You just pick one that you like and topic that you're interested in, and we'll have you come over. Okay?
You don't need no sleep. Just take Dramamine. You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
42 every week.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
It's a lot.
All
It's
right,
a
we
lot,
got
brother.
Doc in now.
Thank you.
All right, let's change this up again, guys, and go to a different server. We're not going to go to the EU. Let's do. Okay, DK said, well, you know what? Let me try USA one more time and see if we can get in this time. Is
Yeah,
there-
try it
everybody
again.
at menu?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's at menu? We got everybody?
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Nope. Full again. So let's try Asia. That one's full. It must be having some, everybody must be playing. Let's try Australia. That one's full.
We're gonna have to be spamming.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? Let me know. You know something else I can do? DK, I'm going to pass it to you.
Oh.
Sometimes when you
Oh.
give another party leader to do it, it'll work for them, even though it won't work for me. So this time,
Okay.
your leader, you go ahead and launch this, and we'll see if it launches.
I'm just gonna launch it right
Wherever.
to standard and see what happens.
Yep, wherever.
Okay.
Because I've done that before, and it works when somebody else does it. So it might be just me.
All right. I'm just gonna keep.
I thought it
going.
opened up a brand new server if you had so many people.
It's supposed to, but that's why I'm
It's
saying this
supposed
isn't.
to,
This is why I'm saying it's not working. So it might be something else. Because this is new. This thing that's been happening now. I've never seen this happening before. It happened to us a couple times earlier this week.
All right, you guys just keep on chatting. I'm just.
What's
gonna
the matter?
keep-
Oh, you
Oh,
still?
no,
It's not
I'm
working for you
yeah,
either.
I'm just gonna keep spamming.
It's
until
not.
I
I'm
get
saying
to-
it's not working for
That's
you either.
usually what I do.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Oh,
Let's see. Oh, nope, that's not it.
What about best? Not that
No,
doesn't
just-
work?
That's where it was not working. So I'm checking different ones, and I'm just spamming it for a little bit to see. Sometimes I've noticed that with that 60K error, that sometimes you just got to keep hitting it and hitting it and until you finally get through. And sometimes it's just annoying.
Yeah, most times it's annoying. Most times it is definitely annoying. All right, let's see what we got.
This is all a part of how it works when you're developing a live service game. And it's a very busy weekend.
Try rotating servers locations and see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
I'm bouncing.
All of them. And none of them are letting you in now, right?
Yeah, I'm just bouncing them and playing the whack-a-mole game.
Let's see what we got here. I just finished up 20-hour stream. Off to walk. Get some sleep. Truly honored to participate. It's also up an eye. Okay, cool. Awesome. 72 hours in Jumptown. Oh,
Ah,
God.
there
There
we
you
go.
go. Yeah. Trip, 72 hours. Oh, my God. Take care, man.
Have a good one, Chip.
I hope you guys had a good time with Trip tonight. Like I say, he's a good guy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed his stream. We're just doing shenanigans over here. Nothing in particular. We were taking a tour of Citizen Con. Well, Drake's Con. We were checking out their ships, talking about them a little bit. Of course, as you guys know, there's nothing new there. But we had just finished up everything except for the Corsair. The Corsair was the next one we were going to be hitting. And then we're going to go take a look at downstairs and talk about some things that are coming in the future. And have some commentary on that. And we've got a bunch of folks in chat with us. We've got Admiral Kusanagi, Dark Knight 75, Doc Flanagan is here, Colossal, Mentalic, MT Stunner, Nihilus, and Stingray. All right, I'm boots on ground.
I'm in.
I am in as well.
I'm in.
Let's see
Oh,
what
you know,
happens.
we were looking at the Vulture, and I forgot to mention a little known fact is that
Yeah.
Drake stole the plans for that from Argo.
Really?
Just kidding.
Oh, listen, there's so much lore, man. I wouldn't have been surprised if you told me that was legit, you know? What I thought you were going to say is they stole it from Eve. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Stole it from Jita. Somebody went over to
Yeah.
Jita, found it, and then it went back, and they said, Look at this.
Yeah, all the old Eve players, like when they saw that ship, they're like, "Oh my god," you know. But we realized that that was a little tribute to Eve.
It was.
It's
It
very
was pretty
cool.
little tribute too, because I love that Vulcan or not the Vulture.
Yeah.
No, the Vulcan. I get them mixed up now.
Yep. Colossal left the party and he's muted, so I don't know, something must have happened there. Let's see. Oh, they put one over. I didn't know they put this over here. Was this here all the time? The citation machine? As soon as you got out of bed? I do not remember that sucker being there. I remember the Kovalex machines being there. Okay.
Hey, you're fine.
How we doing on food and drink? Oh, we're okay. All right. All right,
They
gang.
probably have them on every corner because it's DefenseCon.
Yeah. We're going to meet back up over at DefenseCon, guys. So just bear with us. We're trying to make our way back over there and hopefully dodge the 30K monster. Doc Flanagan's got a good lead on me up here. Let's see if I can catch up. Catch the train with him. Who needs stairs when you can fly? Here we go. Alrighty, train is not here yet. There's Doc carrying something. Train has arrived. Hey, who's pushing? All right, let's see here. Okay, we're gonna take that off, and we're gonna take that off, and we're gonna put on some clothes, some clothes. What do we got here?
I would say running around in an undersuit. Come on.
Well, you know.
You're from Area 18. You should know this. We don't run around here. Undersuits.
Oh God.
We may not have style like over those people in New Babbage and Orison. It's all right, but we still know how to dress.
This is true. Very, very true. Where are my glasses at? Game is ripping me off here. I don't have any of my glasses. Where's my inventory? There we go.
I think we had started a new server.
There's
Pretty
Bonsai.
sure we did.
How'd he get over there? Bonsai's already over at the place.
I saw Bonsai on the train leaving when I got out of
Yeah,
town.
holy smoke. That guy must work
All I
here.
see is Bonsai going, "Phew."
Yeah, he's already over at the doggone drink con.
Oh wow, yeah,
Oh,
the
there's-
server FPS is like 30.
Is it?
Yeah, we got.
Oh, we got a good
started
server.
fresh server.
Ooh,
Yep, we
gotta take
started a
advantage of
fresh
that.
one.
Look at Doc. Doc's got on his night. We're matching, Doc. Look at that. For a couple.
Look at
What the heck?
The trains are so smooth.
It's only
Awesome.
like 15, 20 people on the server.
Oh, let's milk it for what it's worth, guys. Oh my God.
You know, I had so much style.
Boy, only thing about it though, all of the NPCs are standing on benches. That's not a good sign, man.
Mhm.
Well, 30 FPS is good. Every once in a while, you'll get a server like that, you know. Yep, Bonsai has beat us to the punch. He is zoomed over here,
14 people or so? 14, 15?
and half of them are us.
He must have been cutting that alcohol with Red Bull.
No, Griff, let me ask you, with this type of like server issues that they have with the free flight and all this,
Mhm.
do you think they should pull back on the total server population that's allowed so that it's a little bit more stable?
Well, you trade off something, right? Anytime you do that, what are you trading off on? Population. How many people can be in the game? You're cutting off interactions with PvP and everything else if you do that. So if people want to compromise for performance, but let's say you drop it by 20, 30 people, are people wanting to do that again? It's a pain, you know, it really is. You're compromising one way or the other. So I don't know what the community or what the players would feel best with. I know, dang, elevators are still jacked. You know what? There must be a bug going on. Anybody got a Corsair? Nobody? Really? None of you guys have a Corsair? Wow.
I don't.
You rent one?
As popular as that ship is, I figured somebody had one.
Because you can't get in there.
Yeah, we can't get down. We can't go downstairs to rent it. All right. Well, I tell you what. Since we don't have a Corsair and since we have a decent running server,
Vehicle retrieval
You
system.
may not be able to get a ship.
I'm looking right now.
Somebody check.
I'm looking right now.
I'm checking now, but
Yep. It's taking a long time. That's why we got 30. That's why we got 30 frame rates. Because nothing's running.
I actually think decreasing the server population, while it could possibly help in stability, would actually maybe hurt CIG in development.
Mhm.
Because there's certain things in the game they have working at the current server capacity, and they need to keep knowing that they work as we go along, and they add more in. That if they lowered the server capacity, they'd have to be always going back and testing that to make sure that those things still work and they're not broken, at the current.
But if you're having a free fly where you're trying to showcase the game to a new player who hasn't bought the game yet, then I feel it should be a better experience than what this mess is.
I agree, Admiral, but guess what? How many times have we been through this? And CID
someone's saying in
doesn't
chat
change.
that 30K is coming.
Yeah.
It's not showing that yet.
Yeah. I mean, how many?
This is the dead server.
Yeah. How many times have we been in this situation, right? Free flies come up, whatever it is, and the game starts running crazy, whether it's Xeno, whatever. And to think that CIG is not aware of that would be a mistake. The question is, why did they let it happen? And why do they keep doing it? And a lot of times we say, why do they keep doing it? Because we say it's frustration from a player standpoint, but from a development standpoint, is there a reason? If they tried to get Invictus running well before we got here, they may have known that depending on the influx of people, we're going to run into some problems. And these same problems are going to be problems that we run into later when the game is live. So when do you fix it? Do you fix it during a free fly? Or do you wait until the game comes out and you get all this population increase and try and address it then? Free flies are not just to sell ships and get people into the game. It's to bring bodies in. Because a lot of players still, there are 4 million people signed up for this game, but that's not the percentage of people that come in and play it. You're lucky if you get freaking 1 million people playing regularly, because a lot of those counts are duplicates. So I get it. You do want players to have a good experience. I still have not invited anybody to play this game. I haven't. I have not. As much as I enjoy it, I have not invited anybody to play this game unless they completely can understand how this game is right now, and that it's botched and it's going to have some problems. But if you want to see what it's like, that would be the most I'd tell people. If you want to see what this game is like, if you want to check it out, do. But just be aware you might run into some problems. That's the whole. I'm gonna have to put that waiver on, because this game is nowhere near the point where I want to invite just regular people who are going to come with the expectation that when they see this beautiful game and beautiful trailer, that they think that this game is working well.
Well, I mean, there's also the other thing, right? Like, we're all assuming that if they drop the server pop, that's going to improve things, but who knows? Maybe this is just all due to PES. You know what I mean? Like, we're making this assumption that if we drop the server pop by half, that's going to make a huge improvement. And I remember when they increased the numbers, they actually said that it helped things a certain amount. So that may not necessarily be the end-all fix-all just to drop the numbers.
Yeah, and to your point, that's the bad thing about where we are, because unfortunately, none of us are able to pull back the curtain and see the wizard that's behind it. We're limited with the information we have. And a lot of times people try to draw conclusions with, let's just say CIG is giving us 70% of it. There's no way we know what the other 30% is. And some things may seem completely irrational to us. And I'm not trying to justify them. I'm just saying it's difficult to assess either way when we don't know everything. If we knew everything, we could kind of say, maybe it's better to do so-and-so. Maybe it's better. We can suggest it, but I honestly don't know what's better when it comes to how do you test this game when you've increased the people. To your point about PES, think about all the junk that's getting dropped now that isn't normally dropped in the game, right? All of the doggone medical gowns and bottles and all that stuff that's happening in the game, right? I mean, there's a reason why they put that stuff even over in the freaking convention center for us, because they're dealing with that. We've got all of the pieces of ships floating around now, people damaging stuff. There's analytics that come in for that. And I know that's frustrating for us as players because we want to have at least a halfway decent experience. But, to me, it's still just one of those bumps in the road. This is just one of those hard pills we swallow while we play it. What do you got there, Bonsai? You giving me something? What is that? Bonsai's giving me something, you all. That better not be one of those bags for Hurston that Colossal likes giving out. Oh, no, Bonsai, no. Those are your pants, dude. I'm not taking those, man. I know what he's giving me now. He's giving me the security uniform. Now, Bonsai, but it is nice, but Bonsai, I don't want to take your uniform. But I tell you what, though, I will do with you, Bonsai. Keep your uniform, because you never know what'll happen. I'll go with you over there, because I want somebody to go over there to Korea, because I'm too spooked to go over there by myself, man. So, yeah. Who is that over? Is that Colossal? No, that's not Colossal, because he ain't got the right haircut. All right, Bonsai. Jeez, Pete. Okay, he took him. Good. All right, good. I'm glad you got him.
Well, see, you think he's doing you a favor. He's just trying to get rid of it because the authorities are looking for that missing uniform.
That's exactly it.
Here's my take, Griff. I think the free fly should be before Invictus.
Yeah.
a week before,
Uh-huh.
and then they can get a normal play session.
Yeah.
And then like, hey, upcoming next week is Invictus, and if you want in, give us $45 and you can see it. And then all the people who get the normal experience can then get Invictus. Why they're doing the free fly and why they're doing the persistent entity thing with all these like I swear to God, there's like 1,000 ships everywhere across across Stanton.
Yeah.
Like all in the down state. Like it's you go to some outposts, they're everywhere.
Right.
And why they're doing that, all three things at the same time, I have no idea.
And that's the answer. We have no idea.
But yeah, but it's like it should be with the free flight. It should be it shouldn't be like it's like a heavy stress test they're doing on the system right now, and it makes with the free flight. It just it's like two they're punching each other.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's the way to stress test it? What's the way to stress test it? Tell me a better way to stress test it.
Not during free flight.
Tell me a better way.
Real quick, everyone.
Invictus doesn't bring enough people in, evidently. I get it, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that Invictus brings enough people in, because what do most people do at Invictus, Admiral? They come in to see whatever's new or buy something and they leave.
And they leave, yeah. But why do they leave?
There's nothing else to do.
Or it's 30K all the time.
No. We're talking about if you weren't dealing with you just said yourself they should let them come to Invictus. Well, you just said it's 30K.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. I'm not against them trying to create. Okay, let me say it this way. I know people are saying that the game may be running well, but then when Invictus comes, we want to be able to enjoy Invictus without running into 30Ks. I get that, right? But Invictus is, even though there's a lore aspect to it, even though there's a gameplay aspect to it, there's also the development aspect to it. And the only way they're going to get certain information is by drawing people in. So is the game crashing because of the influx of people? Is the game crashing because PES just got added? Is it because the servers aren't stable? Is it because they just recently moved everything into the cloud off of physical servers? We don't know enough to know why this problem is here. We've seen it diminish in 30Ks. Now we're seeing 30Ks back again. Why is that? I don't know. And how do we figure it out?
It's also like, if we can know one thing about CIG, right? Like, they want to keep their company afloat. So you would figure if something is really hurting their bottom line, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. So if they are a company and they're driven by profit, so they're still making money. They're still making ship sales. So if this was really hurting them, they just wouldn't do it. So clearly it's not hurting them that bad, and they're getting data off of it. So they're profit driven. So it must be fine.
Let me give you something else to think about, Admiral. As painful as it is, they always are walking a tightrope with this. That was a fast load. That scares me.
We're on a.
That scares me. On the same server again, or a new server?
No. We're on a new server.
Okay.
Not a new server, but
I know what you mean, the fresh server. Okay. So here's my thing on that. He's talking about the profits and the making money. CIG, as he mentioned, is a business, and evidently, whenever there's that hat. I want that hat, y'all. I want that hat. Okay.
Oh, that's a sharp hat.
Okay.
That's a sharp hat.
Evidently, it doesn't hurt them enough to make them change their mind. And I don't mean that in a crazy way. I'm saying from a business standpoint. Because when 318 came out, I know so many people who swore they were sick of this game and weren't going to play it again until it gets released or until it finally comes out. And as soon as 319 came out, guess what? They were all back in the game. And 318 was a horrible patch. It was terrible. People couldn't even log into the game, couldn't even get to the menu screen. And guess what? They're all back playing the game again. So evidently, no matter how painful or how big the freaking horse pill is for probably 80% of the players, we still come back to it. And that's the goofy part about it. I mean, it's almost mind-boggling. I mean, it's almost mind-boggling, seriously, because think about all the games that are out there that you could play without dealing with this aggravation. You know what I'm saying? And we keep coming back. We keep coming back. We're doing it now. We just got 30K, couldn't get in the game a couple seconds ago, and we just had a stalled server. And what are we doing?
But why are we coming back? At least tonight. I'm coming back tonight because everybody's in the game here. We're in a group. If you were a single person, you'd be like, screw this crap.
Nope.
This Star Citizen thing.
Nah, two or three crashes ain't enough for me to get out of this game when I'm playing by myself.
Well, it's also if you're a new player, I think you get drawn in enough by the I can
It's
exit
cool.
atmosphere. And
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. Remember the thing that we read this afternoon, the guy on Voices, where the guy said, I crashed my ship, I've done all this stupid stuff. Why do I want to buy another ship?
Right.
You know, there is this weird addiction with this game. I have no idea what the addiction is. I can't figure it out yet. Some people say it's the possibilities. Like when you start playing it, you start getting where the game could be, what it could be, and that's enough to keep you coming back for more, right? Even though it's painful. Maybe that is what it is. But I know I've got freaking almost 200 games in my Steam, and I'd probably tell you since I started playing this game, 50% of those games I've bought and haven't played because I come back and play this crazy game. I don't get why, but I do. I vacillated about Outer Worlds for 2 years. I bought it 2 months ago. I played it once. I played 15 minutes of it and haven't been back since.
Still haven't played that game all the way through yet.
It's supposed to be good.
Like
It's supposed to
30
be
or 40 hours in the game, and I still haven't.
It's supposed to be really good, and
Yeah.
it didn't keep my attention. I hate to say that, it didn't. I tried to play the last Star Wars game. What's the Star Wars game that just came out?
Survivor.
The one before that, Fallen Order. I couldn't get through Fallen Order. I got all the way through that part with jumping on the ships at the wrecking place and got on the train with my partner, and after that, I ain't been back to it since.
I think it's the potential fidelity that keeps bringing me back.
The fidelity?
I know, yeah.
Potential
For you?
fidelity.
It's different for everybody. You know what I mean? It's everybody has their something, I think. Like Admiral, not to be funny, but I enjoy being around people like Admiral. I mean, my friends. I mean, I agree with him to agree.
I
When he
am
says
quite
that we're
amazing, I
here.
know.
Yeah, you are. You're an amazing person. No, I mean, but the fact that we do get together and have these conversations, and this is the way we pass our time, and even when we crash together. You know what I mean? There's some weird
like
thing
the
about
other
that.
night where we did the question answer session at Orison on one in the bar.
Yeah.
We just sat around and talked and watched Colossal. Just
Which is
fall
where we
over
were going to
the
go
place.
after this. If we can ever get out of Defense Con, we can get over there.
Excellent.
We're going to pick a different bar,
it's
though.
also, It's also for me about the times when everything does work in the game.
It's working.
We got buttons. We got
Okay,
buttons.
good. We had a good server. Wonderful.
We got
Good job.
buttons.
I'm patting myself on the back.
All right. As soon as
Actually,
we get done here, we're heading over to G-Lock. All right.
Now you said there was an open space here that.
Yeah,
could
I
be
see what they
another
were
ship.
talking about. I see what they're talking about. Nah, it ain't. It's the area behind the ships back there. There's a big open area. It's like, this is one big warehouse, and it's just warehouse
Big enough for
space.
the Kraken to fit.
That's what I was talking about. Reload was kind of hinting, but it's not big enough. It looks like it is, but it's not. We didn't do the back area. I forgot the hologram area. Let's do the Corsair, and then let's go do the holograms, and then we'll go to
Where the hell
G-Lock.
is
We'll go to
that?
G-Lock bar right here in the front. Corsair front.
No, I see that. I just don't know where the hologram area.
Oh, they're all the way in the back. They're always all the way
It's
in
in
the
a little
back.
separate room behind the caterpillar.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got this one? Nobody. You know, most people say they didn't have this one. You know what I will give them credit for this one? They had a cool commercial for this. It was totally different. The ASMR commercial. That was different. It was different.
I'll give them credit. Corsair is a cool ship. I don't want it, but it's a cool
Yeah,
ship.
it's not for me, but it's a cool ship. Someone was, I forget who it was earlier. If it wasn't Bonsai. It was somebody who was talking about the aesthetic of Drake and how consistent they are. And this ship is definitely it.
Well, I think for the current game, for what we have right now, this is probably the most versatile multi-crew, like small multi-crew ship there is. You know, get a few people together and go do something. This will do it a lot better than a lot of other ships.
Yeah. Look at the streaking on the glass. That is just so ridiculous. You all have to forgive me. My OCD kicks in when I start looking at ships sometimes. I start finding a little
I
stupid.
believe they didn't clean that before that.
Things off. We're supposed to get some Windex out here.
I love how I can get back here and like this section back here is like not even part of the
Yeah, that's what I was talking
the
about.
expo and just
Mhm.
like check out the stuff.
Yeah. This is an aesthetic of Drake's all the time too. These things here, these big
I'm gonna turn
turbine
the
looking
lights on
things.
'cause you guys love that. The light.
Yeah,
I like that there's like exposed fans in the roof of the cargo bay. It looks cool, and they're just spinning there.
Yep.
Love the elevator goes all the way to the top of the
I was just about to talk about that. That was a surprise
that's
for
a
me
really
for this
neat
ship. I
feature.
did not expect that. Going down was one thing, but then to see the fact that this sucker goes up, and you know what else I love about it? They put red on the levers for like if you're going to the surface that you like, you know, the ship is moving. They didn't do that for the roof one though, which is funny to me. Because that's the one that needs to be red, man. You get blown off the sucker during quantum, you know. But this
There we
is
go.
so cool.
I know we mentioned earlier, like, wouldn't it be cool if the commercials were like on screens?
Mm-hmm.
In this like little mess area, it has like 3 screens. Like,
Mhm.
imagine if you control these and put on random commercials or whatnot. It'd be absolutely perfect.
Yep. Gomob mentioned that this sucker's a beast when it comes to putting it in a hanger. Don't forget to let your wings up. Is that, did you guys had that problem? You clip it because it's got those asymmetrical wings on it. And he talked about, a lot of times people aren't, if you're not paying attention, you forget your wings are out, and I guess you hit the hanger when you
it'd
come
be a
in.
problem with both ways because the wings stick straight up. And
But yeah, but at least you can deal with height. You know what I mean? But those other one of them hangs out at an angle. You know what I mean? I love this. This elevator thing is just so freaking cool. What's the
I get the
other one?
lights on down here, so you should be better.
I also like the fact that they have mechanical levers on here, which is interesting.
Ooh, the bathroom has lights too.
That is
Yeah.
so cool. So this is the captain's bed. Boy, that captain's quarters is really kind of empty. Is this a crew? This is crew. Oh, these are all crew quarters. I'm sorry. These are all crew quarters. I've forgotten how this ship is laid out. Okay. They got their own storage in each one. That's pretty neat. I'm digging that. Okay. Drake's trying to step their game up.
You can put the light on, light individual. Yeah, they have their own light system.
And you get in here. Okay, that's a
There you go.
turret. Okay. And then is this? Okay, this is the captain's quarters here. So it's set for 4 people on this ship. Pilot, gunner at the bottom, and then 2 side gunners. Okay. Okay. Very cool. Nice.
Now, I might be wrong, but was this the first ship you could also share inventory by putting something in like one of those
Yes.
drawers?
Oh wait.
No. See,
No,
this
C2.
is Crusader Hercules. Yeah, the Hercules series. You can do
C2.
that.
Isn't this the captain's
C8R.
quarters?
Yes, sir. That's the captain's quarters.
Lights up, no, lights up.
Admiral, if you keep running into me, that's the second time you've run in there and run into me. Oh God!
I'm trying to be helpful
Oh,
because I'm amazing.
yes,
Thank
you're
you.
amazing. You're amazing. All right, let's-
Good job on the ship.
all right. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start heading over toward the holograms and let's see what they've got back there. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, you know what? I never saw this. This is like a little armory with the side port. How come I never saw this before? Is there a door here?
Super
There's a
well placed.
door. That's
Couple
why I
doors,
didn't
yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it's very well placed.
Oh, they've got an arm. They have an armory on here. That is so cool.
Yeah, this ship is just really well put together. Everything, from front to back, it's just well placed. There's no wasted space.
Yeah.
Again, learning from past ship that they have been working on. They're improving their.
Ooh, somebody just fired up the
styles
engines.
and abilities.
Who just fired the engines up?
I turn the lights on.
That's not the lights, is it?
It's the
Oh,
lights.
okay. I
I've
guess
turned
it is the
on
lights.
all over
Okay.
this place.
Okay. I thought those were like. Okay. I thought those were like the engine thing came on or something. That's cool.
It's like an electrical fire down there. but
Yeah, I
whatever.
know. That's what I thought. I was like, oh boy, somebody started up something. Very nice.
Drake, Drake.
Yep.
You
Thank
know
you.
why the elevator goes to the roof on the ship, right?
No, I don't. What's the reason?
Because on really hot planets or when the sun's out, that's how Drake pilots cook their dinner.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Hold on, Griff. I'll put the floodlights on for you.
Oh God. Oh yeah. Nice. Oh yeah. That is
Super cool.
That's nice for loading. that is
really
nice.
That's
I mean,
very nice.
the only thing this ship lacks is I don't believe it has a tractor beam.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Those lights are really nice when you
That
break down.
is.
It's dark. You have to work on it.
That is nice. That really
I'm thinking
is
that
nice.
with some of the Crusader ships coming up. I'm a
Anything
big
with
Crusader
ramps.
fan.
Yeah, anything with
over,
ramps.
Over Drake. And it would be nice to see some of those implemented in a future Crusader ships.
Yeah.
Or,
Agreed.
Yeah. You would think Hercules especially would have lots
yeah,
of
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yep. All right, I'm heading back here to the what do you call this thing? The hologram area. Yeah, the display hall. The display hall. All right, I know chat's laughing at me with my OCD. They saw that every room I went in, I closed up the lockers. Ooh, there's the baby there, guys. I don't want this ship, but I truly admire it. I wasn't that crazy about it in the beginning, but after I dug into it more and more and saw what the Kraken offers, and I know Nihilus has always been, this is a mobile base. It is truly a mobile base. I'm not so sure about the privateer aspect of it yet. That I'm kind of waiting to see. I think it's definitely distinctively different than the merchantman. But this thing is a beast. It's huge too. I think it's got 6 decks in it or something like that. 5 or 6 decks. It's ridiculous.
I don't know though if they've updated this hollow model of it. I still think the one that's in counting.
It's more accurate in Cousin Crows. It's more accurate.
Yep.
Yep, it is. I think so too. I was just supposed to looking at it, and I think you're right. This is a big ship. What does this go for now? $2,000 or 1,500, 1,600? What is it? 1,700 cash?
Yeah, 1,400 war bonds, 1,650 credit. The privateer is 2,000 credit, 1,700 war bond.
Wow.
My goodness.
Good googly moogly. Yeah, that's one big ship, guys. Really big ship.
That's gonna be a fun one for sure.
Jazzy. Yeah. Yeah, Kavion, I mean, you got to really love the game. I can't fathom what it's going to take to upgrade this ship. Also, there's Bonsai. Nice shirt, Bonsai. Got the big Benny shirt on, the light up one on top of it.
DK, can you invite Scavenger?
Oh, yep, absolutely.
He's in the game. He's in our server.
He's a server. Cool. Just the, upgrading a ship like this, the cost that it's going to take for upkeep, management, fuel costs, everything else,
Hey, Griff,
Yeah, man.
did you catch what I think it was Mark Gibson that was saying actually yesterday on Star System Live,
Mhm.
where if the capital component, or he's talking about making room in the Retaliator doors because the components wouldn't fit out, and he just kind of dropped a little bomb there, talking about capital ships being in dry dock, that they're actually cut a hole in the hull of the ship to get the components in and out.
Yep. Absolutely. And he talked about even the tractor beams only be able to get certain types of components out, because the bigger ones you're not going to be able to tractor out, like we do now.
Yeah, that's not going to be cheap.
No, not going to be cheap. You got to also do them at places, yards where you can do them. They'll let you do some. Yeah, some repairs you'll be able to do in your hangar, but some stuff you have to go to, like a place like a Cousin Crows or something.
Right.
And we were talking about the impact of, when you start doing this stuff, time, resources. Chris has said, and the CIG has said, that they don't want ships to be destroyed per se as much as disabled. And what is it going to take to get a ship repaired, get it towed in, downtime to get it repaired, having the resources there to repair your ship? It's going to be a lot that people are going to have to consider, which is why I always say that I think smaller ships are going to be very important. People dismiss the starters in some of the smaller ships, but most of the time you're going to be using those ships to get from here to there, and you're going to be thinking risk versus reward when it comes to, should I take my Kraken out?
Well, I think that's the question for me is I can already imagine that the upkeep and the repair on this is going to be like an org-wide effort.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the reward? Like what is going to be the drive to get this thing up and running and keep it going? There has to be something that's going to be of benefit, not just to whoever owns the Kraken, but to the people that are helping the org keep it going, right? Like what are you going to get out of having this thing? They have to implement like a real goal that this is going to help you meet.
Well, this is what I'm go ahead Doc, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, just like the commercial, the Prospector, I could see this as like a mining operation in an org would have one of these with a fleet of the support craft along with it, couple of Orions, a couple of you know, a money-making operation.
Yeah, so the Starfarer would be great together.
Yeah. Take a look at I keep referring to him. Star Jump Grim did an excellent video on the Kraken. And what blew my mind about it, which is why I started to appreciate this ship more after seeing his video, was he showed all the different configurations. To Doc's point, one of his configurations had something like 8 prospectors on this thing. And it was a platform for all those to be able to go out. Yo, hey, yo. She's sending the love back at us. Yo, thank you so much for the rate of 16. Yo is blowing up, y'all. That girl, she is just getting more and more viewers, and people are loving her the same way we love her. So Yo, thank you. Watched you a little bit today. I'm glad I hope you had a great message. I know Paul rated you earlier. We were Fast Cart made sure you dropped your name, him and Fist. So I hope you had a great stream. Yeah, but he has great configurations of everything from eclipses to prospectors with this thing, and it really opens your eyesight up to beyond battle aspects of this ship. What this ship could be like, once again, a mobile fleet, or be able to move a mobile fleet of like-minded something for certain types of missions. Even though, well, I think when we see a ship like this, we think of combat first, and that's understandable. But you asked about orgs. Can an org take the ship into a mining operation? Absolutely. If they don't want to go out and use an Orion, they could take eight prospectors to a moon and allow them to all go down on that moon, do their stuff, and bring it back up to this ship, right? They can refuel, because this ship does refueling. They've got the protection of it. You can have fighters there to protect them when they go down, and everybody can profit from it in the long haul. Plus the long range that it has of where you can go with those prospectors. They have to be, they can't do certain ranges on their own. So check out Star Jumps. As I'm saying, check out his video. You'll trust me. It will give you a different perspective about this ship, because I always looked at this as just like an aircraft carrier in combat, but it can be so much more.
Very happy to be here.
Spec Demon, thanks. Spec Damon, my apologies. Thank you for that follow. Thank you. I hope you guys had a great time with Yo-Yo tonight. Yo-Yo's got all the energy, all that young energy us old people don't have no more. All right. Let's anybody else got anything about the Kraken that they're thinking about? Nihilus, you own this, right? Do we miss Nihilus?
Sir.
Oh yeah, he owns it. Yeah, Nihilus has got this. So
I picked up a privateer in Wave 2 tonight.
You did?
Wow.
Look at you. Congratulations.
Very nice.
Good googly moogly.
Well, like I've told you previously, I recycle the store credits.
Yes.
It's just going in buyback until,
Yeah.
Things are a little more flushed out.
Yeah.
But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the largest or one of the largest ships that can land on a planet. Can you imagine landing on a planet, occupying a planet?
No.
This is like a mobile base.
It is. It is huge. And if you look at the concept drawings for this, they do have it, like you said, landed at a couple places. And some of you may remember Hurston used to have one of these outside. If you looked out that window in the spaceport, they had a Kraken out there, and it was huge. This is a really, really big ship. I know we talked about the Banu Merchantman and some other ships, but this thing is a monster.
And of all the big ships, I think this is probably the best looking big ship.
890 people won't make a comment on that. I'll leave that. I'll leave that. I'll leave that blasphemous statement alone. But
you won't even have to say anything.
Oh no!
Well, no.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Tell you what, I'll meet you guys over at G-Lock. We'll have a little I got some conversation for you guys over there, and then we can wrap it up whenever you guys are ready.
So,
or hang
Griff,
out.
I'm over by the drone repair section over here, and I'm looking at these drones that
Drone
from Microtech.
Drone repair. I'm coming over where you're at.
Let's look for my
I see you.
moniker there.
Drone repair. Oh, I didn't even see that over there. Oh, okay. Oh, you're in like the hangar bay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the regular hangar bay.
I got you.
And I'm just kind of wondering if, like, the design element of these things are kind of like what the direction of they're going for some type of similar. They have like grinders on the front of them. This one in particular is from Microtech.
Yep. We were on the Carrack the other day, and we were in the drone room talking about how drones are set up in that ship, right? And how they're going to be deployed, because we couldn't figure out, looking at the outside of the Carrack, how will drones be deployed from it? We still couldn't figure it out. Again, is this definitely, and I would assume that this is actually something that we're going to see in game. I don't think they'll just make it up, because they could have called this something else. But I don't know what's going to happen with drones. We know there are different types of drones, right? We've got the landmines. We've got the mining drones. We've got the one that fires missiles, one that does lasers. We've got the retrieving drone. We've got the probe drones. And I don't know what other ones there are, but I'm sure there'll be others, you know. We'll have to see.
Certainly, yeah.
We'll have to see. And I'm more curious about what's the cost of them, because they're not going to be cheap, I don't think. I think they're going to have value to them, because first of all, they talked about being able to retrieve them once you've put them out. And that's going to be another expense for people who have ships that use drones. You know, you got to buy them. They don't come with the ship. They get destroyed, you got to buy them. Or if they get lost. They also said drones have limited power on them too. They only run for so long before you have to retrieve them and do some type of maintenance on them or recharge them or whatever. Don't forget to get your free Drake shirt if you are if you want to do that. Yeah, there's Drake shirts up here.
Use it as a shop towel.
Ooh, Doc. Well, you know Doc's not a Drake hater because he just bought a privateer, so he can't be a Drake hater. He's a fake Drake hater. He's not a real one. Hello. How are you, Proto? Molecule, how are you? Whoops, somebody wants to get in the elevator. There you go. All righty. Are we down here? Yeah, we are. Okay. All right, we're going to head over to G-Lock.
Too bad we can't play music in game, because, you know, I would spin right now tonight.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, I mean, you could do it in Discord, you know, ain't nothing stopping you. I know you got something nearby.
As always.
Yeah, you can go and get it prepped, get it ready for when we get over. Well, you know, the only problem is they'll be blasting music over there. We'd have to turn down our sound effects in games so that we don't have that clashing with whatever you play.
Oh, that's right, because there's music in
G-Lock. Yeah, there's a lot of music in there. In fact, we'll probably have to turn it down anyway, because that sucker's loud over there. Alrighty.
We can't like have the bar with no music and then people can play music. But you know what? That's hard to do because you almost have to set up a schedule.
Yes.
For something like.
Yes. Kavion, you're asking about the Kraken privateer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he bought one, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna have to hang out with Doc. He's got a lot of money.
I'm actually 3 for 3 this week. I got the Idris first wave, the Phoenix second wave, and the Kraken privateer second wave.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
How long have you been in the game?
Originally 2015. I lost the account because I lost access to my email account at a college I went to, and then refunded and I re-upped in 2019. So.
And they can't find the account for you?
I lost access to the email address. It was at a college, and they deleted the account. They wouldn't be able to get it back.
Yeah.
All it had was a constellation on it, so it wasn't.
Yeah, and done a lot of progress or bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
It wasn't too much. You didn't lose too much. That's good. That's good.
Hope I got on the right train. Nope, I did
Nope,
not.
we got on the wrong one. We sure did. We went to the convention center.
Well, stay on it. It'll take.
Yeah, we'll keep going. Stay on it.
We gotta keep going. What are we doing, Griff?
Well, I know we will stay on. We'll just take the next ride. It'll drop us off over there.
Now we got to go back to Area 18.
And that's where we got to go.
Then
that's where we got to go. We're almost there.
Area 18 first. We'll go to Area 18 next.
That's what G-Lock is. That's where we're going. So we're good.
Yeah.
Just hang in there just a couple more seconds.
I think we're going back to Defense Con.
That's okay. No. We're not going back to Defense Con.
I don't know why I was thinking Defense Con.
Yeah, but we did get on the wrong train though.
We'll wave at you guys. That's where. Hey, we're on the wrong train too.
Yeah, Admiral. I probably used the buyback incorrectly, but I try every year to buy the big ships, and then I just melt them, and I use my credit to do that. And I don't know that I want the Kraken or the privateer or the Idris, but if I have the opportunity to have one in buyback, then it gives me the opportunity to purchase one later when I want it.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
That's exactly why you do it.
That's a good idea.
Now, does that take up a spot? Because I imagine you F5 that or whatever. Does that take up a spot of someone who actually paid SIG full amount right now? Does anybody know that?
So I bought the credit version. I think they have a number of credit and a number of war bond.
Okay, so that sounds like it would take up one of those spots.
I believe
I
so.
hear you, Kavion. Unless you own your work email. But I don't use my work email for anything except for business.
Yeah.
Back in 2015, I was dumb and didn't know any better.
Question.
You know what? We were all there.
You guys are all at Arcor. Quick question for you. Have you guys noticed all the new directional signs and graphics they've done here?
They look good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The icons are very, very communicative. They tell you what you need to go if you just know the icon.
So you're saying you don't want to be like the old man, like get off my lawn, like them new players, they should learn the game like we did. We didn't have no signs when we started playing this game.
Nah, they need it.
Well, I used to look up maps off Google to figure out where I needed to go anyway. So they're just putting it in game. That's good.
Right. Hey, it works.
Okay.
Once
cool.
we get personal navigation, I think via the Mobiglass or some sort of mini map to use, that would be great.
Oh, look at the bar. Working? All the bars are in there working. All of them, they're not working probably. I came here the other day, was tons of them. Look at all these guys in here. This is why we need women in the game, guys. What the heck? Nothing but a bunch of guys standing around.
Anybody give me a beer?
Feel like I'm in boot camp.
Griff, anybody in Test Squadron? I've seen the voice channel G-Light Bar, but I had no idea what it was. This is the first time I've actually been here. This
really
makes a lot of sense now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now it makes sense. So you know what it is now, huh? Very cool.
Always discovering something new.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's always something cool in here. Yeah. Let's see. We got folks coming in little by little here. You know what, Bonza? I'm going to sit over here so I can see everybody, so I can have them on screen while we're having our conversation. Because if I sit there, they're not going to see them. Not that I don't want to sit with you, Bonza. You're more than welcome to join me over here if you'd like. But I want to get everybody in as best we can into the shot.
Almost there.
Yeah, we're getting there, little by little. All right.
Almost to the Blue Oyster Bar. I'm almost there.
It's Doc's first time here. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So where's the waitress? I need a Jira Liberty beer and a co-pilot.
Yeah.
I'll take a co-pilot.
Are there any waters in there? Do I have to go to one of these vendors?
We have to go to a vendor and get something because the bartenders haven't been working recently. I was in here a couple days ago trying to see if they would give you something, and they.
I wish they would work.
It might be. You know, it's intermittent. Sometimes you get them, they work. Sometimes they don't. I see Scavenger. Can you check over there at the bar, see if the bartender will give you something?
Guy is bugged.
If they,
all right, I'll check it.
If they don't, then just let us know. I don't know. It's kind of haunted. Doc's over there trying to see if he can get him activated.
I'm just trying to get his number.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to call me.
Well, let me ask you guys. We're at the end of this is like the last weekend, right? For Invictus, and my question to you guys is for the future. This summer, coming up, the Citizen Con, even IAE this year. Is there anything you're looking forward to? Do you think, even with the disappointment of 318 and they're trying to recover at 319, and we know there's going to be a 320? Do you have any expectations? Do you think it's going to be another development year, or do you think something significant will happen in the game? Anybody want to jump in? Feel free and jump in.
I would say that they're having SitCon in LA, and I would imagine that's somewhat intentional. There's a lot of easy access to stars. They've shown some of the actors and some of their, Twitter feeds and whatnot. So I think we're probably going to get some Squadron 42 news, and it's probably going to be pretty positive. Why else have it in LA if you don't want to bring in Mark Hamill or somebody else to show off? So that's what I'm hoping for, that they're going to show that off and then be closer to release so that they can shift over and kind of shift into high gear for development for the PU.
Interesting. Angry Sparrow 74, thank you for that follow. Appreciate you guys following and hanging out with us tonight. That's
Griff, there's a martini stage left of your seated position. I dropped one off for you.
Did you? Oh, I listen. You are more than thoughtful. You are more than thoughtful. He's stealing them off the bar. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my God. Oh God, that's hilarious. I see it. I love it. I love it.
Put it in your personal. You can pick it up. I don't think
I've
you can
got
trade
it.
but
Yeah, I've
throw
got
it in
it.
your personal storage.
Oh, that is so cool. Thank you. Oh, that is so cool. Who was it who came in? Aduska, thank you for that follow. And Superfly SC. I like Superfly. I like that. Thank you for following as well. Let me see if I can hold the glass and sit down. That would be even, oh yes, look at that. That is so cool. But she's holding it sideways. But I'm going to keep that glass. Thank you. That is
no problem,
great. Man. Thank you.
I go to the bars and I just pick stuff up and put it in my storage. And
we're gonna go. We're gonna go on your. Go ahead.
I dropped off some beers at the recruitment tables.
Oh, cool. Yes, we're gonna go to the links and we're gonna go and see that you've already got your bar thing all stocked out with these martini glasses and stuff. That's pretty good. Oh God, what is Bonsai got? He stole the sponge from the bartender. He took the sponge off. Yeah. I know you could take that. I didn't know about the martini glasses.
Everything I can grab.
Just grab.
I got sponges.
You got the cleanest ship in the game. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Anybody else got any expectations for this year? 2023, 320 update. All this stuff.
I think it's a mission year.
Okay.
I think they're going to be putting a look because development is slowing due to Squadron 42 because there's a lot of more work going into that, which is fine.
Okay.
I'm not upset about it. I'm cool. That's cool.
Okay.
I think that at a place in PU development that they can allow themselves to slow down a little bit on the hardcore stuff. Like server meshing is pretty much, from their understanding, pretty close to being at a point where they can introduce it, but they still got a lot of things that they need to fix with PES first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're working on. So those two are the technical hurdles.
Okay.
But everybody else can work on missions and things like that. We see new bunkers getting ready to come in. We see all of these new specific types of ships like the SRV getting ready to introduce, or the Hull C and things like that. We see salvage missions now coming in. Mining missions are going to be coming in, and we're going to see more missions coming in as opposed to big tech features and things like that. But I think missions are going to be the ground point, or to be the big thing. And one of the things I'm looking forward to, for me, is the E1. And I'm hoping that with that comes along some sort of a mission in the passenger industry. I don't care if it's just one NPC. Just let it be some kind of a mission, pays whatever. But at least it's there. It's a tier 0. And that's what I'm hoping for. They said we're going to introduce ships with some kind of functionality. So far, they've done it for the most part. Hopefully that happens with the Spirit series when it gets released.
Okay. I'm showing you guys what they have right now in 319 on the screen if you guys see my stream. The things they said for this particular patch is the Lorefield Cityscape. We did that a couple weeks ago. We got a chance to wander around there and check that out. Colossal's home. The new player experience for new players. You guys know that's in there. New missions that they've added, particularly salvage contracts are in the game now. Is that it? I think it's one more thing. I have not done Ghost Hollow. Maybe next week we'll do that. I don't know if any of you guys have done it. Has anybody done Ghost Hollow yet? Nobody.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, I've been away from the game for like 4 months.
Oh, okay. You said you did it, Doc. You guys did it?
Yeah, we've done it a couple of times as a group. It's a lot of fun.
It is? Okay, so maybe next week we'll shoot for that. And then tractor beam attach and detach. I haven't monkeyed around with that yet either.
I tried
I know people have
once with the MSR. I pulled the quantum drive. You know that whole part of where they said it's like a centimeter too short or too narrow. It's just like that.
The same type of thing.
Quantum drive. It took me forever to get it back.
Okay. And then the links. So they pretty much have fulfilled everything in 319 that we knew was coming on this particular patch. 320 has not been fleshed out yet, but there are some items here that they have. This is coming up, ship trespassing. You guys have noted that on several of the ships, you can lock doors now. Not every ship can do that, but they also talked about now permissions. and permission has to be granted via the party system for people to be able to board your ship. Now, let me ask you guys a question. They say interior player ships are now trespass zones for those without permission to enter, with permissions granted via the party system. What do you think will be the penalty? Will it be an automatic, you think? Like if you get on somebody's ship and you haven't gotten permission, crime stat increase? What do you think? What do you think it'll be?
I think it'll be that you can kill them without getting a crime stat.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. It's considered a trespass zone. That means that it's fair game at that point.
If you kill them and they're trespassing, they will end up with a crime stat.
Okay. Okay. So you can defend your ship basically without having to worry about being penalized.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. That would be pretty cool to see. New mission.
There'll be a timer.
A timer?
Like a timer for when they trespass, how long that they have to
to get off, something like that. You have 10 seconds to exit the ship or something like that, or something. Because if you get an accident.
This is BBG. That's what I'd like to see as well, is a timer.
Okay, a timer.
And so just like ships get impounded, I think a crime stat 1 should kick in after a timer on trespass.
So you only have so much time to be able to get in. Let me ask you a question. If, let's say you're trying to hijack my ship and you've trespassed. Do I have a certain amount of time to do what I have to do? Or if I kill the owner, then the timer goes away? You know what I'm saying? Or is it a situation like what was mentioned earlier, where it's just mano y mano at this point? If they can shoot me and they don't get a crime stat, but if I kill them, obviously I get a crime
they'll
stat.
get a crime stat. They'll get a crime stat for trespassing anyway. So
But,
once they've got that crime stat, whether you shoot them or they shoot you, they have the crime stat.
But I'm talking about another one. But I'm talking about even further. First of all, I get on your ship and, it's right now, you can shoot me and not go to jail. But if I shoot you, I get a crime stat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right, cool. All right.
Well, it's probably all dependent on whether or not you're, within comms or whatever, right? Like if you're in the middle of nowhere,
that's another factor.
probably...
Right.
Yeah, that's another factor. Yeah, if you're within comms. Good point. New missions retrieval consignment. Locating and retrieving a consignment of goods for an organization or individual. I've been trying to figure that out now because we've had retrieval missions. So I don't get what the difference is with this. Anybody got any ideas of what the difference is?
Is that what they were talking about, where you can run cargo, but you're not at risk for losing money investing in the cargo? You're basically just getting a fee for moving someone else's cargo?
Yeah, contract.
Okay. But they've got stuff like, give me a second. Bully Packing Gaming, thank you for that follow. But they've got missions like that right now.
Oh, do they?
I'm saying you can take a mission off the Mobiglass. Say go pick up something here, it's not yours, and deliver it somewhere.
Yeah, but I think those are just, you go pick up a box.
Okay.
You deliver the box elsewhere.
Okay.
I think these could be the ones where it says go to Walla and pick up, 35 SCU of helium.
Oh, okay.
And then take the helium elsewhere and sell it.
Okay. So this is more than a box mission kind of thing. We're getting something a little bit more.
Speculating. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool if it was like there's a mission for this dude wants a railgun. And he put, it's a player wants, hey, I want a railgun, and somebody that just finds it in a mission can drop it off. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Okay. It's a consignment. So yeah, it could be like you said, something as simple as pick up 10,000 units of astatine gas, that's not a box mission, right? And deliver it to this particular org or this particular mission giver. That could be a possibility. Okay.
Right, and it's like a flat rate.
Okay.
Because you don't sell it, you just deliver.
You're just delivering and you're getting paid.
And then you just get paid.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
you didn't buy it.
Gotcha.
You have no money invested.
Okay. And we've got the Hull C. This has been interesting that they went from the A to the C. I was actually thinking they were going to just kind of work their way up the alphabet. We know the C's been in development for several years, and we finally got some chances to see what it looked like internally. We know it's grown in size. The Hull C in lore is the most used hauler in the Star Citizen universe, from NPCs to players. Do you guys think the Hull C series of ships A lot of people look at them and consider them vulnerable. I don't. What do you guys think about the Hull C? Will people be going after them? Or will they be too much to take down? Too much, you know, if you do take it, what's the best way to take it?
Well, they did that commercial with the Drake ship stealing a box off of the Hull series.
Well, that was Star Jump's commercial. That wasn't CIG's. Yeah. But I get what you're saying. You know,
but you're gonna have to scan it
Mm-hmm.
and then figure out what to steal, because it's not gonna. The
It's
Hull C
randomly.
is not just gonna carry one commodity.
Right.
It's gonna
Well,
carry a bunch of commodities.
Mhm.
Sorry. I have a theory with them too. I think they are going to be the true loot pinatas, and I think they are going to be heavily targeted by a lot of players. So one theory is that I think it was Algrid had found the original design documents that said that they were supposed to be getting like a snub ship, and a lot of people think it's the Fury, that they can substitute cargo containers to carry their own like little snubs for protection.
Mhm.
But even if I don't have that, if you just have a Hull C and you got a really ballsy pilot, like, you know, off on his own,
Mhm.
and he gets attacked, I think their defense mechanism is going to be they can drop some of their cargo and run, just like some animals, you know,
Yeah.
like the tail comes
You could
off, so
disconnect and drop,
the
right?
main body can get away. So you get hit by pirates, you eject some of your cargo, maybe the less valuable stuff. They're sitting there looking it over while you just book it out of there. I think that's how that's going to work.
I would say that the Hull C is the prime example of a ship that needs an escort. It doesn't have the guns of like a Caterpillar, so it would need some other ships, or it's basically a loot pinata, like you mentioned. You know,
Let me ask you a question.
Apart.
When you guys say loot pinata, tell me the process of looting it.
Well, you're gonna need a ship to pull it out of Quantum.
Okay, that's one.
That's one.
Because
You're
of
gonna need-
the loot being external, when you shoot it, the boxes fly off.
And then
what? These are 30. These are 32. These are 32 SCU boxes, guys.
Right. 32
So
SCU
what's the
boxes
next
is a whole different
process?
story.
Yeah. So what's the next process of getting the loot?
Well, you're gonna need
tractor beams.
You're gonna need a lot of tractor beams.
You're talking about a freight car.
Mm-hmm.
How much time is it going to take you to tractor beam that and put it on what?
What's the ship that carries 32 SCU boxes?
Well, the thing too is that
The Argo raft.
Yeah,
There are
you're gonna need a
32.
raft.
There are 32 boxes or 64 boxes, something like that, on a Hull C. So tell me how you loot it.
Well, you've
the
got a
thing
couple
is, it's-
options, right? If it's locked and it has a door, you got the hacking gameplay. You can hack into it. If you're just in a small ship and you just want to get a few boxes out of that 32, maybe
So
the
when
cutting
you,
tool,
when you want to, when you want to hack into those doors, you think the guy on the other side is just going to be standing there with a cake for you, waiting on you?
Well, no, this is after you blow them off and they're just in space and the whole sea's kept going. Yeah, you're.
Well,
not
no, what if you haven't killed the crew? Have you killed the crew?
No,
He's saying if the Hull C just drops him, so you go after the box.
No. I didn't. That's not the scenario I created. That's not the scenario I created. I asked you, how do you loot it? How do you loot it?
Stop it. Yeah, you have to stop it somehow.
That's
Yeah,
a
I think the
pinata. You
question-
hit it, candy falls out.
I think the question is, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but with these external cargo ships, these Hull ships, what happens to the cargo in soft death?
Exactly. See, here's my deal. You can stop the ship probably, but what are you going to do with the stuff? If you disable it, you can't fly it anywhere. And and how are you going to get the boxes detached from it? And even if they do detach, how are you going to haul? What are you bringing with you to take that great haul?
Well, there's two things, right? The first thing is we're assuming that the hull is the end game. If you're a pirate and there's this dude that just invested a ton of money to fill up the 4,600 or whatever it is SCU on this Hull C, you might be asking for ransom. And if you don't have somebody to protect you, you're gonna have to pay that ransom or lose 4,600 SCU or whatever you loaded up on the ship.
Okay.
So that could be the end game if you don't have somebody to protect you.
You're getting more into the direction of what I'm talking about. This idea of people think that they're going to strip a Hull C is fallacy. Unless you're going to bring enough stuff logistically to move all those boxes, and mind you, you don't think that person has not put out a distress call to somebody to come rescue them? If they're hauling like that, So while you're on maybe your third or fourth box, another fleet of ships show up while you're out there trying to haul boxes. So that's what I'm saying. The logistics of doing it is not as easy as people think. They think, oh, I'm going to shoot and knock some boxes off and pull. Well, if you get 1 or 2 boxes, great. This thing has got something like 32 or 64 boxes on it. I think it's 9,600 SCU. It's huge.
It's got 144 32 SCU containers at full load.
So the
144 32 SCU.
Yeah. It carries 4,608 SCU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're a ship that stops this ship and you happen to pry off a 32 SCU container, I think your only hope, if you're not negotiating with them, your only hope is to try and open one of these 32 SCU containers and hope that there's something in there that you can have.
Yeah, Griff, I can see what you're saying. I'd say bring 3 or 4 several fighters, and then, like you said, ransom. And tell them you're going to fly the ship to my space station or a space station that we control, and we're going to offload it, or else we're going to blow you out of the sky.
And even then,
take them into Pyro and hope nobody follows you.
Even then, CIG has said destroying ships is going to take an effort. You're not just going to hit them like you hit them now and they're going to blow up. They said that they don't want ships destroyed unless you make a deliberate effort to do so. Secondly, NIST ships are known in lore to have the best armor out of any other manufacturer of ships. There's a reason why there's so many hull Cs out there. It's not because they're vulnerable. It's because people believe they can travel with them and get their cargo where it needs to go. So this idea of thinking just because the stuff's on the outside that the ship is some way much more vulnerable than a ship that has cargo on the inside, I think people might not be paying attention to the lore.
Chat saying show up with another whole C and haul it away.
That's an option, but you got to move it. You got to move all that cargo. It's a lot of cargo to move. So I think you guys went down the right road. Either you're going to do something more of a ransom situation, or take what you can get. Maybe the spin of the wheel is if we can get 10 of these boxes and we scan it and we realize that the majority of this happened to be laranite or some commodity, maybe gold, whatever it is. That's the take, when it's all said and done.
Ransom for the money that you're thinking you might make off whatever you're going to sell.
But that's if the person wants to.
You don't even have to take it. You just want the money.
But that's if the person wants to do it. Because here's the deal. If I'm moving somebody else's stuff, I might be more susceptible to give you that stuff. But if it's my stuff, you got to come through that door.
Well, you also have to figure with 4,600 SCU, you may not be moving super valuable stuff. You're probably moving like scrap or whatever, yeah.
You're moving resources, right? And we've already seen the prices on resources like diamond, gold, copper. Value is going to be based upon where stuff goes, right? Because copper may not mean nothing in Stanton, but if you go to Pyro, where maybe copper is not that plentiful, the value of it may be much higher. So, even though we think about quantanium and laranite and things like that, those minerals, depending on where you're taking them, might determine the value. And when you've got, like you said, 4,600, I don't care what you're carrying, that's got money to it, right? So I'm just kind of curious as to when the whole C comes in the game, and if CIG does do this thing with saying that it's going to take a lot to destroy a ship, and yeah, we can hack, we could try to break in, but that corridor is narrowed, man. And if somebody's still alive on that ship when you're trying to take it over, I guarantee you they're going to be waiting for you. Even if it means they own grenade launchers when you come through that door to nail you. You might get them eventually, maybe, but it's a narrow path to get in that door. It ain't wide enough. There's no hatch like it is on some of these other ships. You got to come in one guy at a time when you come on that ship.
Griff, to your point of hit points, just to give you a comparative analysis, the Gladius has 9,900 hit points. The M2, the military Hercules, has 82,000 hit points. Currently, the hull A, not the hull C, but the hull A, has 110,000 hit points. Right? So the hull A has more hit points than the M2 Starlifter. So when we start thinking about the hit points that are going to be related to the hull C, you got to remember Griff's point about the lore. That is going to be something to take down. You might pull them out of quantum and you might be shooting at them and they might just look at you.
Well, I mean, the only thing you got to do though is you just use distortions and shut them down.
No, I wouldn't think
This sounds like a job for the Kraken. This sounds like a job for the Kraken. Now that you got me thinking about it.
Yep. Well,
that's what
that might be. And to your point about the distortions, yes, there's a possibility of that. My only thing about saying we don't know yet on that is that we just don't know yet about shields, because remember, shields are going to change the way they are in the game right now. You're going to have shield emitters. Are those cargo boxes protected by shields while shields are up? Is another factor. Can you, when shields go down, can your engineer go inside and replace a shield component and bring those shields back up if necessary? There's a lot of stuff we just don't know yet. And I'm not saying that it's uncrackable. All I'm saying is that you don't put the most used ship for transport and freight out there if it's also the most vulnerable. Wouldn't make sense. Because you just say, why don't we put stuff in a C2? Or why don't we get some other, like the Banu Merchantman thing holds some ridiculous amount of cargo in it, right? But supposedly the Hull series ships, and that's why they make them the way they do. Now, when you start talking about bigger ships than a Hull C, like a Hull D or a Hull E, I don't even know about it. That's got to either steal the ship as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know if you can even pirate those.
Well, think about it like this, and this is how I've always looked at it when it comes to the Hull series. I look at them as cargo container ships and things like that in real day and in real time, or freight trains. Most pirates aren't going for a freight train. And a lot of pirates hesitate to go for a cargo ship. Now, there are some that do, but it's very difficult to take down.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to, one, to get on board, and two, to even think of trying to negotiate. It's going to be taxing. But after the call is made, people are coming out there very quickly to rectify the situation and then take care of it.
Yeah.
So it's not something easy for any pirate to. You're going to need a very large, organized plan to take.
It's going to be a logistics. It's going to be a logistics nightmare.
Yeah, it's not going to be just me and my friends getting two gladiuses and go out there and just shoot something, and or a friend brings along a mantis. That it's not going to be that easy. It's going to be very, very difficult. The pay might be worth it, but it's going to be extremely hard. You're going to have to work for it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's probably why you, like you said, you're going to see these all over the place because they're so well done, well protected in their own right. They can handle the hit, so it's not a problem for them to be traversing the verse, going back and forth between star systems. Maybe with one escort as opposed to 50. They don't need 50.
Yeah. Let me go to something that Bonsai said, because Bonsai, you do make a point, and he's talking about being able to scan ships to determine what's on them, and that's true. What we don't know yet, Bonsai, is the final level of what scanning will look like. If I've got 32 boxes, 32 SU boxes or 64, however many boxes there are, can I pinpoint what boxes have what from a ship? Now, maybe there's a situation where I can go up to it with some type of scanner and I can scan that individual box and I can determine, hey, take this one, take this one. Will there be some way to do that on a bulk level with so many boxes and be able to say, get the one that's three panels down to the right, grab that set of boxes? We don't know. And I'm not saying no, it's not the case. I agree with you. Scanning would have to be something to assist you at expediting if you did want to try and take something off of a ship like that. My thing is that these are not one SCU boxes that we're used to right now on a Vulture. These are freight car size boxes that you've got to be able to take and move. Yeah.
When we've done the Nine Tails, like the Siege at Orison, where we had to hack those boxes, are those 32 SCU cargoes, those cubes? Does anybody know?
If it's a straight cube, that's a 8. There's 8 16s and 32s, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay.
If it's a solid square, it's an 8.
Wasn't there one on display at the last IAE? There was a box outside of, I think, near the Vulture, and you could get inside. It had a code on the outside, and you can break it and get into the inside.
Is it rectangular?
It's rectangular. 32 SCU.
Then that's
it's one of those.
Oh, that's massive.
Yeah,
it's a massive.
It's big.
In fact, the ones if you go to the cargo ports, cargo decks. They're on the cargo decks. Yep.
Yeah. The ones in the cargo decks are the ones we're talking about.
So is that going to make the whole sea around the same size as like the 890?
Yes.
If it has
It's
that
pretty
big?
When it
big.
expands, when it expands.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be bigger than the 890, I think.
it's a little smaller. Not the whole C smaller, I think. Lengthwise, I think it's smaller.
When it's expanded and full of
Oh, with the
cargo, I
wings
think
out
it's
as far
gonna
as
be
height
much
and stuff
larger.
goes.
It's gonna
That's a
be
good
larger.
question. Let's see. Well, good question. I can look and see.
Yeah, the extended length. What's the extended length compared to the
I'll be honest,
890?
I hadn't followed the whole series that much. So.
Yeah, I wasn't that crazy about them, but the more I've learned about them, the more I'm starting to understand and appreciate them for moving, you know, especially if you're talking about contracted work where you're getting hired, you know, to take something from here to there. Maybe it's not your stuff you're carrying. I'm loving that idea, you know. I got to get some water because I'm thirsty as all get out. I'm about 23% and flashing.
There's one right next to you.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah,
crux.
there's one right here.
You guys are
right
awesome.
outside.
Yeah, crux.
You guys are
Back
awesome.
in October of 2017, they had the other ship components, like the subcomponents,
Uh-huh.
and they actually have a detection series that are blockers. So you've got your infrared blocker, your magna blocker, your spectrum blocker, and your scan blocker, and that's just what they had like 5-6 years ago. What they set up.
Mhm.
So you could get the Hull C's and you can't even scan anything because they could have this thing like ultra protected from being scanned. So you kind of like shit out of luck in that respect. So then you have to take the shields down and might have to even like see what if they have an inventory like in their database and see what they're actually carrying. So
That'll be part of the hacking gameplay.
that'll be part of the hacking gameplay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you figure out they just have 500,000 pillows on board.
Zombie Pig, I got you as a friend. Feel free to join us if you'd like.
So Bonsai, are you saying that the raft has 32 SCU total or three
No,
32
three.
SCU?
Three of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got three.
And that's only three. That's only three. You need a herd of them to take on a Hull C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and someone mentioned it in chat. They said, don't forget about CIG has talked about the element of NPCs intervening in your piracy too. We're still outright, was it 9-to-1 ratio or something like that of NPCs in the game? And they're going to have things that when Tony Z talked about the fact that when the game detects that there are certain types of activity or your presence in the game, that there's a possibility that something could spawn there also that's NPC based too. So who's not to say that while the pirates are raiding you, somebody else shows up to pirate the pirates, that's NPC based. We'll have to see, Oh,
Shoot, with as many whole HP as that thing's going to have, it's going to take some time.
Yeah, I didn't know that what BBG shared with us about the hit points on that particular unit. That I did not know that the whole A was that high. I just automatically figured the other ones would be high, but not the
I've
whole
got
A.
you as a friend, and I added you to the party, Zombie.
Is that zombie dancing on the table? Somebody's over there
Not yet.
dancing on the table.
Thanks a lot.
That's not you? Okay. Somebody's,
that's me. That's
Is that
BBG.
you? Looking pretty sharp over there, brother. Got your Argo shirt on.
There's an Argo shirt going.
With your Argo shirt.
We talking Argo Raft and Hull C, so
We're looking like a magician.
All right. Yeah, I know. Bonsai's been changing up his costume, his wardrobe and stuff. He's looking pretty good there.
Gonna pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Nothing up your sleeve. Presto.
Hey. But he's been finding stuff between him and Scavenger. They've been digging up stuff. He might have stole that hat off of somebody. I don't know. They have to check and see if his name is written inside that brim. Because they've
You
been.
can make some more Warbond CCUs up here real quick.
Okay, listen. Before patch 18, I found a top hat, monocle, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah, people be dropping everything. I don't know why.
I never thought about that.
Oh my
wow,
God.
I'm gonna start sifting through some of these boxes out here.
Telling you, man.
They're probably like, why do I have this stupid thing in my inventory?
That's funny. That
They
is
just
funny.
drop it because they're gonna get it back.
That's true. That's true.
Very true.
But it's not
They
like
just
it's
don't
taking
care
up a
about
lot
it.
of space. I don't know. I don't even think about it, to be honest with you. Anybody else got any predictions for 320 or like I said, CitizenCon or IAE? Anything they'd like to see happen this year? They think will happen?
320 will fix everything.
320 will fix everything. That's the God patch, huh? Are we back to that? Are we back to that blasphemous phrase, the God patch, the
I
Jesus
don't say
patch,
the God
rather?
patch, I just said it'll fix everything.
Yeah.
Everything that since 318
What is
That's
that?
my dream.
Bonsai, what are you? This guy is finding all types of weird stuff. What is that?
That's the Hadesian artifact.
Is it? No, isn't that the?
What is that?
Liquor bottle, I think.
What is that?
Isn't that the trophy we all got?
Seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We all have one.
Are you
We've all
serious?
been in the game long enough.
Yeah, I'm looking now.
He's got a burrito over here on the
we
table.
do.
Yeah.
Where's that drink from?
Oh, it's a Citizen Con thingy.
Yeah, it's
from 2
it's
years
one of the
ago.
trophies we got.
I didn't know that you could put. I didn't know. I've seen this stuff in your inventory. I've never thought that something you could do with it or something. Oh my God, that's scary.
Well, when we get our personal halves, we'll be able to display them.
Again, yeah, I missed that. Believe me, I missed that. Somebody brought me a burrito. That's pretty good.
Yeah, have a burrito, man.
Who is that?
Hey, Griff.
Yes, sir.
As far as predictions, I know I'm probably setting myself up for disappointment, but I'm still a true optimist that at CitizenCon they're going to show off going to Pyro, going to Ruin Station, and I think they're going to announce that by the end of the year we will be able to go to Pyro.
Ooh,
I kind of feel you on that.
that's a nice announcement.
They've been dangling it way too long, and they just can't. They got to get it into the game one way or another. Even, Squadron 42. I'm looking more, hoping or expecting us to hear some info about that, but that's not what I'm really hoping for. I'm really hoping that something is done with Pyro, and then we can go there by the end of the year.
Oh my God!
Well, your question
I have a complicated prediction, and I have a simpler. I have a complicated prediction and a simpler prediction.
Okay.
I think the simpler prediction is that 320 will feature Persistence 1.1, which will clean up our system.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have a mechanic that says, listen, what we can assume is, if somebody has crashed their ship outside the viewing port in Hurston, or there's stuff that persists for a certain period of time in certain locations, it just gets cleaned up. Right, so that they can clean up the server. I don't think everything is going to be able to stay everywhere. Now, if you hide a cup in a forest in Microtech, that ought to stay until you come back. But if you hide a cup in Hangar 13, Hangar 13 gets cleaned. So,
yeah, there you go.
So I think they're going to implement that because I think there's too much stuff around making the place look crazy and sloppy. My more complicated prediction is along the lines of what was said earlier. I think that not only are we going to get an announcement on Pyro, but I think we're also going to get an announcement on Nyx.
Oh yes, that would be a big, huge banger right there.
Yeah, because Delamar and Levski, a lot of work has been done, and in fact, after they pulled it out, there were a couple of sneak peeks back to Levski, like work had been being done, but there's not that much to do in that system. So my hope is that we get both as a surprise, along with a Squadron 42 announcement for holiday 2024.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so let me just jump in there. You said 320, so let me just jump to 320. If they're bringing in the Hull C, then they need to give us ways to put boxes on the Hull C. Right now we have the Hull A, and we can use our multi-tool to put boxes on the Hull A. So I think that if for boxes that big, if they go up to that size, we need the SRV in game to be able to do that. Or perhaps maybe two of those larger tractor beam things, maybe two people can lift a box. I'm not sure, but they have to figure a way for us to be able to put boxes in there. So if that brings in tractor beam technology, that's a possibility. So I think either tractor beaming, and I mean the big stuff, or like ship tractor beams and like the SRV have to be in game for the Hull C to come out.
I agree. I think that we know that they're pretty far along with the SRV. So I think you're absolutely right on that being something that's coming pretty soon, whether it's before IAE or not, but I think it will come just because we haven't heard them talk about cargo refactor in quite a while, the next level of cargo refactor. So I'm kind of curious as to where that's going to go next. You know?
They were talking about missions for cargo. And that would be something that's coming. And I think they even said they want to try and get cargo missions in 320, but don't quote me on that. But that's what I've heard.
Okay.
And that might be what, the next version of because they're doing the same with, salvage missions and mining missions.
Okay.
And that's why I said this year is a year for missions and things like that. Gameplay.
Okay.
It's a year for gameplay.
Cool. God, I hate that chicken dance. Oh, they got to come up with some better emotes than that. Okay. I just hate that dance. I swear, it's like the craziest thing. I mean, it's weird that they put that in there, but I'm like, okay, do have some other comments about it other than that, but I won't say them here.
Whenever they redo Area 18, they need a DJ booth up here.
Yes.
So, so DJ Dark Knight can come up here.
You're gonna come up there and do your thing. Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
Right here.
All right. Any other predictions? Anybody got anything else for Invictus, or not Invictus, for IAE or CitizenCon?
I predict a funding explosion again. Surpass, what do you call it, where they surpass their funding goal? Yeah.
That's pretty bold, Doc.
Well, look at the last few years. IAE has been, the month of November, they've surpassed the goals from the previous year. I think this year, with all that's coming and the road to Pyro and CitizenCon and that kind of thing, I think November is going to be a big year for them.
I have to agree with them.
But I have to believe they'll beat last year handily.
I have to agree, but I think they have to come up with something really exciting to do it.
Right.
And they know it. They have to announce something really exciting because they want to hit those high numbers.
Right.
Okay. Well, you guys heard it here. My prediction is, and I've said this before, and my hope is that at CitizenCon this year, they will say something to the effect of Squadron 42, third quarter, fourth quarter, 2024. That they'll put something out like that. I'm not looking for a December 1st or a November 15th, but I am looking for a third or fourth quarter 2024 for Squadron. My expectations for the universe, the persistent universe, is to get past 3.20. CIG really wanted to get 319 out, and they did. They said they were going to get it out before the quarter. They did do that. They need to make sure that they're ready for 320. 320 lands just before CitizenCon. And that does kind of set them up for either introducing either static, what is it called? Static server meshing, or set them up to introduce Pyro. Whether they'll do both or not, I don't know. Both of them are significant. And I think for CIG, from a business standpoint, taking advantage of this CitizenCon, considering we have not had one since 2019, it's been 3 years. The fans are hungry for something special from the game. People are hungry for getting back together at the convention. The fact that someone mentioned that it's in LA says to me that there may be a possibility of something else happening. But I think it'll be one of those. And that's just my prediction, guys. Now, I ain't got no insider scoop or nothing, so don't take it for any letter of the law. But that's what I'm hoping will happen, one of those three things. Either static server meshing, give a date for going into Pyro for 4.0, or an announcement of Squadron 42 will be released fourth quarter, third quarter 2024.
I hope it actually has some substance and it's not another sandworm moment.
I think we're past those. Yeah, I think we're past those. Yeah, whatever I've shared with people about the sandworm that was 2016. And you'll notice that over the years, CitizenCon's presentations have moved from vision to where we are more. And when we looked at those early days, a lot of that stuff was giving us an idea of what they want to do versus what we're able to do. And that's what we've been seeing the last few years. And the funny thing about that, Doc, is that some people actually complained when they stopped producing them that way, because people wanted to see what was coming down the road. But as you mentioned, that also brings a lot of heat if it doesn't get delivered, right?
Right.
I mean, go ahead.
And what I mean is the sandworm moment was something that they made and that would be coming, but hasn't come yet. Like they showed the UI, the new UI,
Mhm.
the overlay, and that kind of thing.
Mhm,
That
mhm.
new UI. I hope it's not. I hope we don't get all this to CitizenCon and go through all this just for them to say, "Hey, this is what's new," and they use that.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't hear something about server smashing, or don't hear something else about definitive about
Yeah.
Pyro or Squadron 42. I hope it's not. I use the sandworm, but not something that we didn't know about, but something we don't really care as much about. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
hope
I
it's
do,
not something they just
completely.
pull out of a hat and say, "Oh, here's something brand new," and it's like, we don't want something brand new. We want to know Pyro, Squadron 42, or server meshing. I
Mhm.
think those are the big three, and
Yeah.
I think if they pull something like that,
Right.
I think it's going to be a big disappointment.
Well, let me put this. Remember, one of the things that people were a bit disappointed about this time, and I'm actually kind of glad they didn't do it. Notice Tony Z wasn't around this last time.
Yeah.
There was no Tony Z. There was nothing about subsumption, nothing about, going on with Quanta or anything this last time around. And I think that there may have been reasons for that. Because when Tony Z came the last time, he was kind of giving us an update to where things were, what they want to work on. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. We all know what it's supposed to do. So I think
Now,
at
we
this
did hear-
point, it's about delivery. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's about delivering it.
But this year we did hear from Chris Roberts, and
Yes.
for the last 2 or 3 years prior to that, he had
Yes.
been noticeably silent. Well, not
Absolutely.
silent. He had been noticeably off camera.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, we mentioned about the sandworm thing. The tough part about that year is there were pros and cons to that. If you remember that whole presentation, a lot of stuff in the presentation was stuff we did get. If you remember, we got the Yellow Jacket, we got the Ursa, we got the what else was it? There was something else that came in on that particular mission.
Well, now we've got those outposts. or something
Yeah,
very similar
but
to
I mean,
the
there was some
outposts that we
stuff
saw.
within the last, right. But my point is, from a certain perspective, when I talked about vision, remember that video opened up saying Lear 3. And if you know the lore in Star Citizen, the sandworms are indigenous to Lear 3. They're not all over the verse. So basically, until you get Lear 3, you ain't getting no sandworms. And Lear 3 ain't on the list for systems anytime soon. So it was whether they did that as a way to, again, showing vision, right? And getting us kind of pumped up, which is very true, which it did, because everybody was like, oh my God, it brought doom to everybody's mind, right? But the reality of it is, if you know the lore, ain't no sandworms around no place that we're going to be getting. I'm more disappointed about the fact that they've been talking to us about the Boreal Stalker, right? Which is supposed to be at Microtech, and we got Microtech, and we ain't seen it yet. I'd be happy with seeing that thing banging on the door of my ship, when I land right
Yeah,
now.
that's why I think that the Stanton system needs to be filled out with stuff before we stop moving over. No one wants to hear that. For years, every CitizenCon, I'm like, oh, we're getting Squadron 42 information soon. This is going to be great, blah, 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 blah. It never comes out. And there's a lot. I'm kind of thinking there's a little bit of hopium going on here. The last one was entirely disappointing to me, partly the fact because I ended up during CitizenCon in the ER with kidney stones. So that day actually sucked. So yeah. So I'm hoping. I mean, I hope God. I hope it's not like that again. But
Yeah, you need an entire new memory, Admiral. We need a whole new CitizenCon for you. That's we can't leave you with that. Yeah,
we got to get
to Pico.
Yeah,
that was thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, DK. He brought me a doll I can hold on to and squeeze. So yeah. So I just think that I mean, yeah, we need the Boreal Stalker, or we need things that make the universe feel lived in. And that I think will make this a better game overall, and then we can push forward. So yeah, I'm just if they want to surprise me with stuff, sure, cool, but I'm not going to say Squadron 42 unless Henry Cavill and them show up.
Yeah. Tal said he says he doesn't believe 320 will be out for CitizenCon. I guarantee it. They'll hold it back for either on the day or just after. Yeah, that could be, because they haven't done that in a while, SETI. Where they kind of at CitizenCon said it's active now, it's live now. So I wouldn't be too wrong with that. And that's still, it's kind of a push, but that's fine, because that puts them at December/January for 4.0 if the BBG passed out. That allows them to be able to do 4.0 either at the beginning of the year or end of the year in 2023. So you're right, they haven't done that in a while, but they could do that, right? Somebody said scrap free flies or split servers until they can fix the crap ton of problems that occurred during events. Oh, that was Tal City again. Yeah. Eventually, cargo will be bay loaded. Okay.
I wasn't on screen earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get you set.
All right.
Get you set.
Who's that? Oh my God! What do you got there, Admiral? Oh, he's got a Pico. That's the holiday
This is what
Pico.
PK brought me to make me feel better.
Did he?
Yep.
The holiday
If
Pico.
you squeak it, it makes noise.
I know he
It does
squeaks.
little squeaks.
I see that. That's kind of funny. Your hand is actually squeezing that thing. That's scaring me. Okay, I hadn't seen that before.
I see that now.
That's crazy. There is an animation for that. There's I forgot the fish has one. I was just call him fish. Finley has a birthday hat thing, a celebration hat too.
DK, I don't want to take your guy here, so I'll give it back to you.
All right.
Very cute.
All right, hold on.
Well, listen, I'm going to wrap up the stream. If you guys want to hang in the game, that's fine. But we've been on for 3 hours, believe it or not. And we've had a really great conversation. Next week, if you guys want to come back again, we're going to go ahead and take Ghost Hollow. Obviously, CitizenCon. Invictus will be over with.
Yep, you're welcome.
Invictus will be over with. And so we are going to take on a mission next week at Ghost Hollow. Most of us have not done it. Doc, if you're free next week, if you want to lead us into battle, it would be great to have you here. So, you know, if you're free, I know it depends on whether the family's doing anything, but if you're free, you've been there before, so you can help us out with that. That would be pretty cool.
And or we can blame you for the failure. However it goes.
That's what'll happen. Yeah, I'll
Fair enough.
absolutely try to be here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, listen, to my soul citizens, that'd be Dark Knight, and to Colossal was here earlier, but he ducked out. BBG, thank you guys for being here tonight. To all of our guests, we got a lot of guests here tonight.
Yes.
We've got Doc Flanagan is here with us. We've got Mentalic is here with us. MT Stunner's here with us. Scavenger's here with us. Zombie Pig is here with us. There's somebody I'm forgetting other than our moderator. Who am I forgetting? There was somebody else who was here.
Stingray was here.
Stingray was here earlier. Thank you. Stingray was here. And last but not least, our moderator who's dancing back there, who's gotten rid of our Pico, Admiral Kusanagi. Thank all of you guys for being here with us tonight. Thank you for everybody who tuned in to watch tonight too. We appreciate all the great comments and conversation you guys shared in chat. Really good stuff. But we do want to be here on Saturday night. So hopefully you guys, if you're not doing anything next week, if you want to join us, thank you. To Yo-Yo Meg, to Trip Rodriguez for the raids tonight. Thank you guys for that. Those who sub, those who followed. We truly appreciate you. You guys almost got us at 2,500 followers. We're at 2,466. We might hit 2,500 by next month. So that'll be great. So thank you guys. Really appreciate you. And
anybody we want to raid off to, or?
Yeah, we can raid off to somebody. Let me talk about what we got coming up before we do that, though. And I'm going to come back to the screen, guys, so don't go anywhere yet, okay? I'm just changing screens for a second. Tomorrow is our Invictus show. It's going to be our Invictus review. The panel of Soul, we got 6 of the Soul Citizens are going to be here. We had a guest, but the guest had to cancel, so it's just going to be hearing us. But you guys can come hear our thoughts about Invictus, what we bought, what we didn't buy, what we melted, whatever we did. But that's going to be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time, right back here on Soul Citizens on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. All 3. You can check us out. Admiral, who are you going to have us raid? Who you got in line for us? Anybody in particular?
God. Well, if anyone wants anyone in particular, they can. We got Carbon Tails out there.
You got Carbon Tails? Yeah, we can go with Carbon Tails. We haven't rated them in a while. It's Carbon Tails G. Is it Carbon
Tails _ GIP?
GIP. I was going to say GP. Thank you. Carbon Tails
_ GIP.
GIP. I got them. Carbon Tails GIP. Okay, there we go. All right. So listen, when you guys get over there with Carbon Tails with her and her husband, are they both on, or is it just her?
Yep.
Okay.
I have not checked.
Okay. But anyway, when you guys get over there, make sure you let them know that you came over from the Soul Citizens. They are a great family. They got a little baby that they put on camera every once in a while too. But when you get over there, let them know you came from Soul Citizens. Have a great weekend. For those of you who are here in the States, have a wonderful Memorial Day. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. Everybody wave. You guys wave to the camera so they'll know that you're there. Everybody knows what /wave, right? Y'all do wave real quick. I don't know if y'all can do y'all F4. Anyway, we're going to say goodnight to you guys, all right? Again, peace, love, and soul. Have a great night.